So, last time on Descent into Avernus Z, you guys pretty much cleared the Bleeding Citadel. You guys have left with the Sword of Zariel. You guys went through the memories of Idleglen, which were Lulu's memories, taking a physical form. You guys fought and fended off some demonic creatures and some demons and such. Did pretty good. Got a little bit beat up. And then you guys kind of, after taking the Sword of Zariel, it kind of radiated in a blinding light, kind of burning away anything and everything devilish and demonic in the area. And you guys are now back under the red sky of Avernus. And anybody, all of you, I don't fucking care, make a perception check.
Sure. Whatever that number is.
Wow, Andrew rolled a 5 and still got 18. That's crazy. Between the two of you, you guys recognize a large, familiar, floating iron building to your... Give me a minute. Sorry, I forget where things are still. I'm not used to this map. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's where I put it. To your guys' east. You guys see what looks like the flying fortress that Zariel occupied, floating over the River Styx.
Has it moved from the docks at all?
Yes, you guys are... I'm gonna make shit up and say that because it doesn't say where you get spit out. We're gonna say like, oh wait, hold on. Am I on the same map as you guys? Okay, sorry. You guys are, we'll say you guys are like here-ish.
Oh.
And you guys see it like here.
Okay.
Because it doesn't specify where you guys get spit back out, so I'm just gonna spit you out where I want to.
And then we got a benefit of a long rest, right?
You guys didn't get one after... Hold on, let me double check that, actually. I don't remember if you guys got one for completing the Bleeding Citadel. You guys got one in Idleglen, right before the final fight. Wrong chapter? That would probably be helpful. There we go. I showed you guys the handouts, right?
The one with Zariel and the stained glass thing?
I did not show that one. There's that one, too.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
No, you guys, the last long rest you guys received was from the fight before Idleglen, or before the finale of Idleglen. So right before Yinogu. So you guys get your benefits of a level up, but any resources that you use in that fight and such have not regenerated.
Is Zariel missing her left hand?
I believe so. I think it's her left hand. Yeah, you can't talk. Yes, she does not have her left hand. I forgot it was left or right. I had to look at the picture.
Last time we saw Zariel, did she look like she had a hand missing?
Someone can make a history check.
Doesn't matter who, since we all have the same fucking intelligence.
No, that's wrong.
I'll do it.
You'll do it? Okay.
We'll give it to Taxi because he rolled a 20, and that's enough. So... As these roll it too, I forgot Texa can't talk. So 18 would be enough as well. You guys do remember that she had what looked like almost like a flail, like whip chain, like a very unique kind of weapon attached to her hand, but you didn't really see her holding on to anything as if it was like a weapon. You guys didn't really sit there and investigate her, so based on nothing but passings, but you assume that she did not likely have a hand.
Interesting.
Well, I guess that saves us the trouble of trying to find it.
No shit. The model I printed I didn't even notice it until now. She doesn't have a hand. A left hand. That never came up, did it?
Not to
think so.
your guys' effects.
Okay.
Well, find what? It's just another flying tower. I've seen plenty of these in hell.
Oh, remember, you're holier than thou, Torbis.
Well, what do you
You're-
mean?
You have the
Oh,
sword of
sure.
Zariel, so you have like that whole best version
Yeah.
of yourself bullshit going on.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking what this is, because I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Oh, right. I guess you haven't seen the flying forces of Zaro yet. Or I guess
one-
this you?
That one belongs to Zariel. Seen some of them flying around just as things have been picking up within these hells, but are you certain that one belongs to her?
Well, the last time we saw her, it was kind of looking around the stream. I think it was more upstream near the docks. It was stationed there for a bit, so wouldn't be surprising if it moved more downstream after they finished whatever it is that they were doing there.
Perhaps the interactions of us at the Citadel has gained reasons for their alarm, and they're starting to move closer towards it. I'm sure Zariel herself feels the connection of her sword's pull in some ways.
Actually, does it look like the fortress is coming towards us?
No, it seems to be standing still, but it's also hard to tell because they don't move like incredibly fast.
Is anybody else
Oh, wait, hold on.
beat up or tired?
Well, after getting a few good hits from a demon lord, I could definitely rest, and holding on to this power feels draining in its own way.
Yeah, finding a demon lord really drained us, so I suppose before we confront Zariel at her fortress, we should try to rest as much as we can.
So, you guys know that there's a bunch of shit going on. There's things happening. To take a long rest, there are obvious, like, downsides. You guys take a long rest, you get your resources. You guys are at risk of whatever happens over time. Your distraction that you set up could completely have no effect. All your allies that you had set up coming to help you when this stuff happened could not work out for you guys. But again, you have resources, so you guys could potentially handle it on your own. But if you don't, you have to deal with the consequences of that decision.
What do you all believe? We could go in there and fight like hell, but hell would be waiting for us as well. And if we aren't at our top performance, it could be devastating.
Does he still have his dragon? Or did they get beat up by Inogu? I don't remember.
Inogo killed
It
Izzy. Is that what you're talking about?
Killed him? Yeah.
Well, it's a spirit. It's not dead, but it's gone.
I know, but like, it's still around because I don't know
No.
how long it usually lasts. Okay.
If
That's
it
what I was
doesn't
asking.
get obliterated, or if I don't lose concentration, it'll last an hour.
Okay. Well, I suppose we climb, if nothing else.
Lulu makes a quick suggestion. I'm still reeling from hot Cheetos, so the voice isn't coming, sorry.
Oh, they were hot puffy Cheetos. I see.
Yes, they were hot puffy Cheetos. As I'm coughing up the Cheetos as I'm talking. She makes a suggestion that who wields the sword should be the one to present it to her, and suggest that she can redeem herself and rejoin the celestial host. And that might help convince her to come back to the good side and help redeem her.
That is wise, but I do have fears. Though it's only conveyed through emotions and ideas, this blade has impressed upon me that if she wishes at any point, Zariel could grasp this blade and destroy it. It is definitely a concern if we are not able to take her at her actions and she takes possession of this blade. Our one trump card may be destroyed by the one that it's trying to save.
Lulu has no response.
Just as information for everyone else, the sword yearns for its former master, but also hesitates at what it could bring as well.
Well, if Zarya really wanted to, I think she could just come for the blade regardless of, even if you are a lot stronger than you were before. I think she'd be able to take it from us, even if she even wanted to. So I think this may be our best chance.
Agreed. Though.
So, are you guys going to begin your ascent from Avernus?
From Avernus? Hell yeah, let's go.
Is that what we're doing? We're gonna commit to just go into the Flying Fortress? Where we think she is? Slash assume, slash...
Does anybody need to drink some Kool-Aid before we go up?
Yeah, I need to drink some Kool-Aid. Ty, do you have any of those potions laying around?
No. Fresh out. None for you.
Great.
Of course I do. Take as many as you need.
And they were graders, right?
I'll take some as well, and if I could impose upon you more, Ty, would I be able to have a few with me? I did not bring any down to the hells with me, and if I'm in a tight spot, it may be useful.
Sure. I don't remember the new character's name, to be honest.
Orbis.
I give Torbis 10 graders.
Doesn't help
I
that
give the new
calling him
guy.
Tobias.
To be fair, we've only known him like today, actually.
Yeah, you guys haven't even long rested with him, so it's been like 8 hours with this guy.
I trust you with my life. Here, Torpus. Here's our mini fridge.
We have no choice to at this point.
I need everyone to... Actually, hold on. Give me 1 second, because I might not even need that from you guys. Let me look at things. Lulu does have powers now, so maybe she can help.
Can she fly?
She can, yes. I don't know about carrying you.
I thought she was like a big old mammoth thing.
Just because she's a mammoth doesn't mean she can carry a bunch of you guys.
Pathetic.
If it helps, Torbis can fly too.
Interesting. Alright.
Can you carry us?
Oh,
She
yeah, that's right.
can shape change into a mammoth and carry you guys and teleport all at the same time.
Can she could just teleport us to the fortress?
I think she can,
And
yeah. Hold
teleport?
on. Yeah, she can teleport. She is very strong now, guys.
That's kind of crazy.
Does that waste any of our other spell slots if we do teleport? I don't know how she works.
She would explain that she can only do it once a day.
Teleport once a day? Okay.
Yeah, give me 1 second as I'm reading it. Yeah, once a day she can teleport. She can do a bunch of stuff. So now she's going to be helpful in combat if it comes down to it, I will say. She's familiar with the place. So she can teleport all of you, she says. But she would have to leave out the friendly devil that is actually no longer with you guys. That's probably good, because he would have been obliterated.
Oh, not the chicken man.
We said our goodbyes. He's gonna open
He's
up
with the car, wherever the car was.
Oh, he's at the docks then.
Yeah, that's what I would assume is he's with the car, because there's no other place that he would have been, like,
He's
safe.
a traveling salesman now. Anyway.
Yeah, he's a car
Anyhow.
salesman. This baby can fit 40 whole missile chickens in it. Anyways,
That's his selling point, is a Bissell chicken storage.
So, she says that she can do that once you guys get close enough. Actually, how far does it?
I don't know, you tell us.
I put the measuring stick. So we're like over here.
We're like over here.
I could run that far.
A month bigger. Anyway.
What?
It's anywhere. She can just get you guys almost anywhere, as long as she's familiar with it. So, she's very familiar with it, so she still has to roll a dice. Do you guys want me to roll it, or do you guys want to roll it?
Fuck it. I want to roll it.
Okay, since you can't talk.
Yeah, exactly.
I need you to roll me a D100.
A D100.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a good number. 91.
91. You guys do land now in what we will call the throne room with Zariel. As you guys are teleported directly into this room, you see what looks like a few surprised devils that kind of are like thrown aback, like, what the fuck? And then you see Zariel, who turns to you, not quite as surprised, as you see her what looks like being prepared for a battle, donning armor and equipping herself with weapons.
Hello there.
I don't know where I want to put you guys for this. I don't have like a good map.
It's supposed to snow tomorrow morning. I'm kind of excited.
Oh,
Then it's supposed to rain and melt it all away
Ooh.
in the evening.
Oh, I'm excited to see if you can get some good pictures with the snow difference
Yeah, I
that
need
we've
to
seen
fucking-
before.
Yeah, I don't have a good map. Sorry, guys. So we're just gonna have to do something random. We'll just do this.
Was there
again.
another map? that was
No.
the map.
I use this. That's all I have.
Yeah, that's what
Unfortunately.
it was. I don't remember what my HP was
I
at,
think
but
Kurt's
I'm gonna
still
do.
around at the
I can tell you guys here in
Yeah.
a second, or I can just copy paste you guys. Either one.
Yeah, just do that. I don't remember what I was at.
Give me a second to go back. Ah! Ignore that.
One of these things doesn't belong.
Oh, that was only to me. Why? Fuck off. It was in my
I
way.
try to
though.
remember when we were in here.
Ooh.
Bro, how did we like? It's so obvious on her card now that I know. She's missing a hand.
Wait, I know how to make this
But
better.
like, what the fuck?
Okay, hold on. I'm dragging you
There we go.
guys. Where's the Z's?
Boob?
Boob excited.
Avernus. Alright.
We're all mature.
I mean, we're about to die to Zario, so you know, whatever. Hey, a car's here.
No, it's not.
Oh, we're tiny.
Holy shit! Oh wait, no mind. That was.
It's just because the last map made you get. Oh, it's because it copied like that. Yeah, hold on. Why did it do that?
Oh, I'm big Nigel now.
Your normal Nigel.
Hold on, I didn't put it in my HP, so I gotta put it in my HP.
Yeah, that's what I copied and pasted from Idlegun. That's what you guys are at.
Okay.
Obviously not counting
No.
healing. If you healed, you healed, obviously. But
14.
I need to drag Lulu,
I can't even cast Hunter's Mark. So I don't even-
who is no longer a giant. I mean, she is no longer a little tiny person. She is a large. She's not a mammoth. That's what I'm trying to say. My brain is not functioning the words correctly. Jesus
Elephant?
Christ. She is a Holophant still.
Half a lump.
But a bigger one. Yes.
No, she is not mammoth right now. She is not shape changed.
But, oh, she just teleported.
She just
us?
teleported. Yep, she doesn't have to be in that mammoth form to do that.
No, okay. I guess
So,
it makes sense.
as you guys teleport, she's gonna kind of like push into your shoulder, Torbus, and kind of push everyone else in tandem as Zariel looks unto you. Again, she has like a demon next to her, kind of seems like suiting her up, putting on the finishing touches for what looks like battle armor, as she is equipped with weapons as well.
Is her hand a whip? Chain
It
flail thing?
indeed is. It almost looks like she's carrying it, though. It's hard to explain. If I have a hand, I'll show you guys.
Sounds
I
like
don't
she
know.
has a handout. Get it? 'Cause
Nah.
She's missing a
Hey.
hand.
So this
Good
is a
one.
picture. This is what she looks like. In the, it's hard to explain because I don't have like a picture of it in the book, but I've seen it where she kind of has it like rolled up as if she has it like a whip at her side, like she has it rolled up and almost carrying it like that. This I don't have a picture in the book of it, but I've seen it. It's really well done. I don't remember where I've seen it though, so otherwise I'd fucking show you guys. Ignore the guy in the background. That guy's not there.
Well, Torbus, I guess you should take the lead here.
I'll give a nod and new ruler of Avernus, Zariel. You do not know me, for I am new to your lands, but my name is Torbus, and I am here bearing something that once belonged to you. Something that was familiar to you in better times, and times that could happen again. If you are tired of the pain and suffering that has been caused, and seek any form of redemption that may be, we have found your blade in the Citadel of Blood. It calls for its former master. Who is that sneaking up behind us?
As you guys are kind of here, it sounds like the clanging of like footsteps. You turn around and see a familiar person to you guys. The man you met in the Crypt of the Hellriders. Lanthius.
I was about to say Manuel.
He has a blade at his side, but hand on it ready to be drawn. As he stares onto Zariel.
In our travels to find this blade, we went to a time back when the tyrant Yinogu was savaging the land. And though it caused us much pain and suffering, we saw the good that you could do, and know what goodness lies inside. We want to know, is there still that goodness left in you? Do you still hunger for justice and the destruction of those who are evil like the beast Yinogu?
You guys begin to see, as you kind of look behind and around, you see Elanthius standing stoic. No words, staring straight onto Zariel. And you look at Lulu. As you see tears roll down her eyes, not in small amounts. Lulu is weeping heavily as she has confronted with what Zariel has become, with the full memory of what she once was. And Zariel looks unto her weeping friend of the past, and a man that she condemned to an eternal servitude in the hells. And he Torbus. Actually, I'll let any one of you do it. One of you can make a persuasion check.
I got a good modifier on that one.
I do too. Well, maybe.
I mean,
not
what's
as
the
good.
modifier? Like, let's just.
Ty,
Mine's
Get
10.
-1 and I can't speak.
I think
Or
Ty
just
historically rolls better than I do, so.
Okay.
Watch me fuck it up. No.
Hey, I'll take that.
So-
25.
You see Zariel as her head turns down for a second, and then you see her look to the Avernus. You see her look to what would be the sky of Avernus, looking out of a window. And then you see her begin to slowly walk towards Torbus, looking back and forth between Elanthius and Lulu. Some sort of sadness fills her face. My upkey isn't working, goddammit, I did it twice. As she looks to you, and she reaches towards the hilt of her sword.
Do you wish to be what you were before?
She holds her hand out.
I'll extend the hilt of the blade.
Her fingers brush against it, and she grimaces as you see a radiant light sear her flesh. As her grip tightens around the hilt of the blade, she gasps in pain. Then she speaks an oath through tears of confusion, sorrow, and dawning joy. I, Zariel, supplicate myself before the holy light of justice. If it should accept me, I vow to take up this blade once more in its service. For a second, the Archdevil's words hang in the air for a silent moment. And she glances upward in an agonized uncertainty. Then, Zariel is bathed in a brilliant wash of radiant light. Her fiery halo disappears and feathers burst from her leathery wings. All of her diabolical features vanish as her angelic form is restored. At the sight of this blessed transformation, Lulu gasps in delight and transforms into the celestial mammoth with golden fur, feathered wings, and gleaming tusks. And you are all infused with some twinkling wisps of the same light that transformed her. You are all granted a blessing of health. Your constitution score increases by 2.
Oh my god! That's
To a
huge!
to a maximum of 22.
Oh, sick, nasty.
With the sword in her hand. What was that?
Nothing.
With
Carry
the
on.
sword, with the sword in her hand, she looks towards the distance of El Terrell. She says, "If you would, I would like to bring you all with me, so that we may bring El Terrell back to where it belongs, and save the city." And then I need to replace her token. Hold on, as she's talking, that's probably not what she looks like.
Yeah. I just found it funny that Lulu just got her token just got bigger. They didn't like.
Quick question. The Constitution increase, does that mean we all gain 13 max HP?
No, it only applies to feature. Because if that's how it worked, when you level up at like 4, when you take ASIs, it would increase your HP. That's not how that works.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Gotcha.
It only applies for the future, not the past, on ASIs, which is why you usually rush a 20 ASI for con when you're doing like weird character builds and stuff. Anyways, she looks like this now. Not really. She's not like a spectral figure. She's there, but there's no token for her angel form, which is kind of dumb. Sorry. And then, give me 1 second because there's something else here. You see, as you look towards Elanthius, and you look back to Zariel as they make eye contact, and you see that Zariel is filled with shame. She walks to him, putting her hand on his shoulder, and slowly, he turns to dust. Finally, he can rest in peace. And then suddenly, you guys are thrust, almost in a blinding flash, back to El Terrell. Give me 1 second. And you see, as she flies above to the city above you guys, wandering towards the companion. With Lulu quickly in tow. She reaches it, the corrupted companion. She closes her eyes, raises her sword above her head, and you see her take a deep breath as she brings the blade down to the companion, and then it explodes in a flash of light. Sorry, I have to go to another page because they're not on the same page. Oh, fuck. Where the fuck is... Sorry, guys, this shit is... There it is. God damn. You see, as this large ball, this companion... Is there... I don't know if it shows a picture of it. Hold on. But it is... Oh, here it is. It is almost shattered. As you see a being fly from without. Or from within fly out.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I knew it! I called it! You remember?
Yeah,
No.
you did call it.
I
Oh,
have
you
no
weren't
idea
there.
what you're talking about.
I mean, we just met you today. Actually, would Torbis go back to normal? Since he doesn't have the sword anymore?
Yes, because she would have taken it from him and he would have automatically unattuned.
Mhm.
But you see as this being is released from within, that Zariel and this creature make quick nods and conversation as they begin to fly around the city. And they are breaking the very chains that hold it down, that tie El Terrell to the river Styx and to Avernus. And then the Planetar swoops below the fallen city, puts it on his shoulders, and begins to raise it out of Avernus directly. And suddenly, as quick as it was all explained, you see a blinding flash of light as you see Elturel and the Planetar that rose it from hell gone. Oh. Oh, I can't read that part because you guys are supposed to stay in hell. Give me 1 second, I have to read something. Sorry!
Oh, that fixes one problem, but there's still the problem of Thaddeus.
Actually points at his mouth.
As you guys are sitting there, Lulu and Zariel walk towards you. You see Lulu nudge Zariel and then gestures towards you with her trunk. Zariel strides towards you, bowing her head in solemn gratitude. This dark chapter has at last come to an end, and is a brighter end than I ever dared to hope for. Thank you. Your selflessness will live on in my memory forever. And in mine! Lulu says, beaming. Zariel's tone turns more somber as she says, you have made an enemy of Asmodeus this day. We have that in common now. I wish you strength and good fortune. And if you ever need of my power, hold this feather aloft and invoke my name. I shall come to your aid. As she plucks a single golden feather from one of her wings and hands it to...
Nigel.
It is Nigel, actually. She hands it to Nigel. And, she says, when you call my name and invoke my name with this feather, myself and Lulu will come to your aid. With her gift given to you... Hold on.
Sorry.
With her gift given to you, Zariel inclines her head, unfurls her wings, and then begins to soar to the sky. Lulu turns to wrap you all up in a massive hug with her trunk. When she lets go, she smiles warmly and says, we'll see each other again. Someday. And you see the golden mammoth flap her wing and soar to the sky. You watch as their silhouettes dwindle until swallowed by the red sky of Avernus.
Are we still like ascending
In hell?
with the Planetar? Like
No,
lifting
you
us?
guys are in hell because of the stuff we wrote. I can't have you guys leave.
Oh,
I will
okay.
read you guys the parts really quick of what happens if you guys go with them. So obviously this is all assuming that we were going to go into Chains Asmodeus. So sorry, like otherwise this would have happened. But this is what happens. The Kyanthar River shines like a golden road stretching from Elturel to Baldur's Gate into the sea beyond. The scent of morning dew cuts through the odor of smoke, brimstone, and rot that clings to Elturel's stones. Slowly, the people of the city make their way out from their hiding places to stand in the light of the mortal world once more. All eyes focus on Zariel where she stands, sword in hand. The Planetar that raised Elturel out of Avernus kneels before her. And then where Lulu kind of talks to Zariel, that's when that happens after that. And then instead of it being swallowed by the red Avernus guys, they're swallowed by the sunlight as they fly to the sky. And then right now, usually at the end, you guys would pretty much just be in Elturel helping people. Like at the end of the campaign, like you guys are taking care of people, helping them the city, doing what you can over a course of like however much time that we would talk about as players and DM. So, but you guys still have a mission to do. And you guys sigh to yourselves and roll your eyes as you remember you have to get a date for Mahadi. And it takes about 2 days for yourselves. You guys, every once in a while, hear the roar of some creature yelling Zariel's name in the distance. But you guys finally find this lady that drives this large golden vehicle, parked and waiting for nothing in particular. She's just there. And you guys are able to approach her as she looks to you with eyes burning with the readiness to kill you all. This happened a lot quicker than I thought it was, I'll be honest. I thought you guys were going to have to fight Zariel.
Could we long rest since it took 2
Yeah,
days?
you guys have long rest.
What's
You guys don't need anything for this. It's just roleplay.
Okay.
Like I said,
Yeah.
this part is roleplay just to finish and tie everything together, and then we're gonna talk about your guys' endings and stuff.
Aziz, you seem to be.
Oh yeah, Aziz, you would lose Asmodeus' blessing off that.
I
had
lose
gave you
it?
before. You would lose it because yes, you would have pissed him off.
The
Are we still in our fortress?
boon
The
of spell
spell
mastery.
thing? Yes, that one.
Damn it.
Sorry, bud.
That's all right.
Hey, let's
I forgot he gave you that until until Taxi said that. Thanks, Taxi.
I mean,
Yeah.
he couldn't. He's fucking muffling.
Yeah, dick. Stuff your shirt in your mouth.
Performance.
On her fortress?
What was that, Ty?
Are we still in her fortress?
No, you guys were teleported to Elturel after she got her sword.
Okay.
We'll get to the ending stuff, don't you worry. I'm sure you guys have things planned. I'm going to work on that. Or we're going to talk about that. But right now I want to deal with the immediate stuff to save your souls, pretty much. So.
Aziz.
Or-
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
You,
That was...
of what you've said, you have been able to have a good battle of tongues with many creatures such as this. You believe you can convince her to seek out this Mahadi you have talked about?
I believe that's called French kissing. Sorry.
No worries.
Oh, there's no guarantees, but I'll see if I can work some magic.
So,
Then
you guys begin to approach. She looks to you, beginning what looks like weaving pieces of magic together that you have no fucking clue what they are. Almost not casting anything, but preparing.
okay. Arms up, unassuming. Sorry. Arms up, unassuming posture. Nope. No, easy. It's okay. We mean you no ill will. My name is Aziz. These are my companions. And we are here on behalf of our friend, Mahadi. Perhaps you know him?
She looks at you and rolls her eyes. Is he truly a friend, or has he sent you on some sort of mission for him?
Well, to be fair, it's a bit of both. See, our friend Mahadi has taken quite a liking to you.
Trust me, I know.
Oh, well then. I suppose we're here to put in a good word, would you say? He simply seeks well, let's call it a date. No strings attached. Simply getting to know each other in a way that is more casual and less business. What are your thoughts on this?
That he's an imbecile, and that he is not worth my time. Although, you have all piqued my interest.
Imbecile. Perhaps. But make no mistake, the man has ties to several people, connections. He is an affluent businessman. And to have those skills in such a place speaks very high volumes, if you ask me. I think it might be worth your while to at least give it a try, see what it's like. Worst case scenario, you bail. No harm, no foul.
Roll persuasion. My hand warmer's starting to get cold. Fuck. My hands are cold. Oh god. She looks you up and down, rolls her eyes, and says, "Fine. If your words would have pierced deeper, I might have taken a liking to you. But I guess a small time with Mahadi and his powerful affirmations shall suffice for the time being. Fine. I'll conduct business with him." And then she finishes the casting of that spell. And you guys are frozen in time. And you don't know how long has passed, but suddenly you are outside. You are again normal, reactive, alive, but they are gone.
What? That was... What happened?
I think she stood you up.
I mean... I wasn't the one looking for a date. I was just like the wingman here, but...
I don't know. She seemed kind of interested in you, but I think you kind of fumbled it towards the end.
Well, that's quite alright. I don't know that she's really my type. Like, I dig that gold car and everything, but... I don't know. Too dominating for my taste.
I thought you liked that.
No.
Looks like. Oh, I already showed you a picture of her. Yeah, that's what she looks like.
I like her umbrella. Has fingers. That's pretty cool, actually.
It's yeah, they're made of ghoul hands.
I was gonna say that it's like a femur or like a humerus is the shaft of the actual umbrella itself.
I don't
Yeah,
see anything funny about his umbrella.
They're yeah, cricket noises. Yeah, that's made out of like pretty much undead body parts is what her shit's made out of. So, after some, what do you guys want to do? Actually, I should ask you guys this. You guys have to either go find her again because you don't know what's going on, go find Mahadi, or do whatever the fuck else you guys are gonna do in hell.
I mean, like, do we try to find Mahadi? I mean, we don't really.
Well, if the date is going on, they may need some time alone together, and
I mean, I think she just wanted lunch, and we'll probably just leave. I don't think she's in there for a date, so to speak.
well, people who control hell have many ways, and there is some business that still needs to be taken care of.
All right, we
that-
gotta kill Thaddeus Green. Let's go kill that fucker.
Yeah. I'd say that we start heading back to where Zariel left her ship, clear out what we can, and
Except,
find the ripe bastard that lived there.
as you guys travel for about a day looking for that, we'll say that's what happens. You guys get a message from someone with a familiar accent. Mahadi. Simple. Thank you. You are released. And if you need services for traveling through the plains, find me. Then, you guys spend about a day traveling, looking for this fortress. You guys find it. Seems to be moving. It was not in the same spot that it was. But it is much more heavily guarded than it was before, for one. And two, you see a creature fly into it. One you've met before. But not Zariel. Bell.
Well, that's
I
a
don't think he's gonna
problem.
let us. I don't think he's gonna let us inside.
You know the
He did what he wanted.
being who went up there?
Unfortunately, we do. Our friend that is in a jar over there made a fucking deal with him. And he's not even here to deal with the fucking consequences.
Yes, that there is
Disappointing.
the previous ruler of... fuck. Why do I say Asmodeus?
Avernus?
Thank you.
Avernus?
The previous ruler of Avernus.
Asmodeus.
And now that Zariel has left us, I believe he has reclaimed his throne. And that is probably not good.
Would he have any use for Krieg? I mean,
I doubt it. And if he is taking control, and just as you have said before, your friend from the past, that should release him from his constraints. Well, with this extrication of the angel, this may give us a reason to seek audience with him, make sure that all deals are complete, and make sure that all of your lives are safe At that time,
Well,
we can ask for Thaddeus Creed, talk of his connection, talk of ours, and see if we are granted audience with Thaddeus.
I mean, I don't think I don't think we're beholden to any more deals. I think we're pretty much as free as we can be. Well, beat in hell.
And that is exactly what it is. You are each free to make your own decisions and do what you wish to do. So, I will do this. Your characters are left to their own choices. You can all choose to separate, you can all choose to continue with each other and do things. I want to, we're going to do this publicly with all of you guys, just so you guys can kind of hear what's going on, because you guys would have experienced a lot of this together anyways, so. I'm going to start top down in Discord. We're going to go through it like this. Aziz, what would your character do with his freedom from Avernus? What are your goals now? What does your future look like?
Well, I think at the very present, I would feel a sense of obligation to assist Torbis, because he was instrumental in helping us get Zariel converted.
Okay.
So immediately that. Short term. Short term is to wrap shit up, get to Mahadi's, and get the fuck out.
Okay.
Long term would be establish the Pearl Enclave, make sure that the survivors are okay, that the government's still intact, get shit in order there, and then once that's all functioning in a, positive way, I would spend as much time as I could researching and trying to find out where Daddy's soul is, with the intent to reclaim it.
All right, we'll get back to you then. Nigel, what about you? What is Nigel going to do with his freedom from Avernus finally? What are his goals, his aspirations? What is he going to do short term and long term?
I didn't really think about this. Honestly, he would just want to go back home. Like, there's no more reasons for to be in Avernus anymore. Then, like, he would just want to go back to Elturel and help out as many people as can. And then, I guess short term would be help Elturel get back on his feet. And then long term would be continue running his monastery, recruit as many people as he can to it, and then try to make a new order of monk to protect Elturel when his time is long past. Oh, and I guess request the king to bury Echo in like a crypt of heroes, since he was critical to saving Elturel.
Okay. And I should ask this, Aziz, where would the Pearl Enclave take refuge? Where would they create themselves? Where would their stronghold be? Where they are the mightiest?
Probably their homeland, which in my mind was an island off the western Sword Coast somewhere.
And
Perfect.
then if it's these and anyone else is gonna stay in hell and try to save anyone's souls, I would just ask them to like, hey, if you can, try to save them, but like, fuck, I'm old, I can't stay here forever.
Yeah, and it's a lot more taxing on a human as well because of age and such. Ty, what about you? What are you doing with your freedom from the hells?
Extreme short is me and Torbis have a date with a sniveling pile of fuck. Short term after that, help my patron escape, because that was the deal. Long term, help Aziz find his father, and then I have something for that if we roleplay that out, that I'll do at that point.
Okay. Do you have a place that, once all your obligations are said and done, that you would take refuge? A place that you would hide away at? A place that you would make home?
Yeah, we'll address that.
Okay. Taxi, what about your character?
I'd probably assist them in getting Thaddeus. But then after that, definitely return to Elturel. And
Become Jack the Ripper.
no, I guess first and foremost would be to get rid of the cloak from his mouth.
Okay.
And then
So- You'd have enough money eventually to be able to, pay people to try. It would probably take a while, but it would be done eventually.
yeah,
So we assume that would happen. It would
eventually.
just probably take a while. Yeah, it could take, maybe a few months or so, but you'd be able to get it done eventually.
And then he'd either probably adventure the Sword Coast, and then eventually maybe set up like his own shop in El Terrell.
Okay. So El Terrell's your home as well?
Yeah.
Alright.
He has a
Torbis.
special connection.
All right. Short term, after Torbis finally is able to work with Ty and the rest of the party who has dedicated themselves to it and seek out Thaddeus and make sure that his living hell becomes even worse, Torbis would go back to the surface and return to his keep in the northern part of Faerun to let the hold know that the revenge has been brought, that things have been finding their peace, and succession can continue. Unfortunately, his oath is now complete, and he's no longer the same paladin he was, and he no longer holds the same hold to the keep as before. So, wishing to return and help out, he'd probably work with Nijin in repairing El Terrell, finding the land that his former master used to love, and trying to reestablish some type of strength there in case anything happens again. Either working with the Hell Riders or whoever may take place, he'll assist that and look for a new oath to bind himself to.
A third person in El Terrell. Fantastic. So, Nijin, are you joining them in this hunt for Thaddeus, or are you leaving them be?
Hmm. Nah, I think at this point Nigel would be kind of just done with Devils. Is like, yeah, if you want to pursue this, by all means. I'll be waiting at what is that? Mahadi's for you guys to return so we can all go back together, and I'll talk to Ty about something that might interest him if he returns.
So this is something that your character, like, right now, we're starting with this short-term, quick things that are happening. So obviously, everyone's first and immediate goal is to kill Thaddeus. If you're leaving, this is your time to talk to Ty. This is where you guys are separating currently. Like, we're getting ready to the point where, say, you're at Mahadi's, getting ready to leave the plains, because you're taking your goodbye, and your companions are saying goodbye to you for now. So you guys are at the Wandering Emporium. Mahadi is waiting. He has a plane shift available. And he looks to you and says, and I believe it is time for goodbyes.
I know this isn't the terms you want us to leave on, but I just don't have it in me anymore. I don't have the revenge in my heart to hunt down Thaddeus. I think whatever he experienced in the hells is enough for me. I know it's not enough for you, but it's just not in it anymore. I'm just tired and I just want to go back home. However, Ty, I know you said you didn't really feel like you had a place you can call home. So if you're ever in El Terrell, I'll extend an offer to you to come back to my monastery and stay for however long you want. However, I don't think that necessarily fits you. So, but what I do have instead is the fact that your patron is a kraken, then you'll probably be spending some time at sea. So we do have a ship in Baldur's Gate that we're willing to give you so that you may travel the world as you see fit when the time comes for you to set out, if you so wish. And maybe you can call that boat your home, or something to that extent.
Possibly. I respect your desire to leave. It's, it is well earned, and you have people to return to. Maybe someday. I don't think this will be the last that we'll see of each other.
Of course. And if you do plan to stay in the Hells, I do ask that you try to find the soul of my apprentice. She'll need help as well. If not, then, well, I guess only fate can decide what will happen to her.
I am going to help Aziz attempt to find his father. I will keep an eye out for your apprentice as well.
Of course. And then, what did I name her? That's how much I care about her. Lyra. She'll be pretty young, so shouldn't be too hard to find. Or
He'd be able to give you an accurate description.
yeah,
name,
description
blah, blah.
of
You would know who you're
yada
looking
yada
for.
yada. Yeah. But I must return to Elturel. There'll be many people in need of help, and I would like to assist them as soon as I can.
Understandable. Take care of that city. It took care of me for several years as a Hell Rider. They
Of
deserve
course.
it.
And then I'll hand Ty the bag of holding with all the shit in it. You're gonna need this.
Probably.
And Aziz takes a couple of, or Aziz, sorry, Nigel. I still do that. Nigel takes a couple of steps towards these glyphs on the floor as he gives one final wave,
Don't die before we get there!
and he's gone.
And take a bath.
Fucking
Only
old ass man.
Only
Find
4
some
of you
money.
remain. Nigel, we're gonna come back to you, so start thinking about some stuff that you're doing, taking what your plans are for future Nigel as time comes and rolls around, and we keep touching on pieces of the future.
Sure.
So, the 4 of you remain. And Mahadi looks to you all and says, you hunt for Krieg. Oh, I have some news for you.
Mm.
How many soul coins do you have to part with?
14.
Let me get food.
What?
If you part with all of your coins, 14 is suffice, I would say. If you are to do that, I could give you information on Krieg, though you will not like the information you receive.
Well,
Fine.
better than no information at all.
As you guys hand him soul coins, he looks to you and says, so, do you all know how he became his gross form that you so for hunt? It was because of a failed contract. Contract becomes null and void. He lives in the mortal plane, the material plane. Probably hiding because everyone knows his name and face.
And you have no idea where he is.
No. He has left the Hells, and therefore is out of my scope, so to say. But it's only been a few days. He can't have gone far.
Would he have returned to where he last died?
That's where he would have spawned, so to say. Where he
I'm
died,
sure.
where his body dissipated, is where he would have been reborn. So, for all you know, he could be in prison.
I'm sure Baldur's Gate is still locked down tight. I remember trying to travel down there, and they were still not accepting people in. Now that Elturel is back, things may have changed, but there is still a good chance that we could start there. Expand our search, and find the fuck before he does anything worse with his miserable life.
So, this is the part where Mahadi again offers where you can travel through the plains. But getting back to Hell won't be so easy in the future. So for those who need to remain in Hell to do things, if Aziz wishes to leave now, he could. Because he knows that his father is not quite in reach. Let me finish and then I'll get to you.
Yeah.
Ty doesn't have anything to hunt down here anymore. But he has a person that he's made a promise to that he wants to help. Taxi doesn't really have any reservations for here, except for helping those he's called friends now. Torbis, his hunt resumes on the material plane. So, what do you all wish to do? Ty, go ahead with your question and or statement.
Oh, Stabby's already dead?
No.
No, he escaped the material plane.
Oh, okay.
Mahadi,
contract.
question. It is shifting that you are doing to send us back to the material plane. Could it possibly transfer, I don't know, a giant tentacle monster roughly the size of a small house?
He ponders for a second as God looks up the rules of the spell.
Okay.
He says,
That's what.
most definitely. Although he would have to be touching whoever is being shifted, so you have to quite literally hold hands.
I don't think he cares how he leaves, he just wants to leave.
If you can find him and get him here, then so be it.
Getting him here, I don't think he can actually leave the water.
He
He
can, just
said
not
he
for
could.
just not for super crazy long.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They are amphibious technically.
Then I would use contact other plane and my daily charge of it from 2024 and just kind of explain things like I have a way to get us out of here.
And you feel as if like you see an image of like what would be a squid running on land coming towards your direction.
Scary thought.
That's terrifying, actually.
Full speed.
Because I remember what he looks like.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying.
So yeah, that is.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I can do a hand. I don't know if there's a hand out of this.
Fucking cool.
Oh my god, I hate when it does this. I'm trying to upload a picture of what he looks like. So this is what he looks like.
Yeah, so him on his tentacles running would be funny and terrifying.
So, you know he's on his way, but it's probably gonna take some time, maybe a day, for him to get there. Mahadi's in no rush.
I was gonna say, I don't think I really do anything. I'll just chill and wait.
Anybody else?
No.
I don't
You're gonna
think
wait
so.
for Ty, or you guys want to
Oh,
go separately?
No. I'll wait. I'll wait for the Kraken.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
Torvis,
gonna be
what
doing
about you?
the same thing. Actually, how long would it have been?
It'll take like a day for him to get there. He would have communicated that to Ty.
No, I mean from when.
It's been like 3 days
Okay.
so far, and you
Yeah,
guys have been
no,
like
we're-
hunting and looking, nothing like trying to find the Wandering Emporium, and eventually
Because
you
we
guys
had
find
to
it.
find the girlfriend too.
Yeah, and so it's actually been, it would have been like 5 days, because it would have been 2 days of that, and then 3 days from that to this.
Should have shut the fuck up.
I believe finding Thaddeus will be easier as a group, and there's a part of me, very small part, who doesn't believe you actually know a Kraken, so I do wish to see that.
Oh, I do. He's the one that lets me do this, and I just fire and it'll just blast into the air.
No, you don't,
I mean-
because you're at the Wandering Emporium.
Oh yeah, I
Yep.
can't do that.
I mean, you can, but there's consequences.
He is the one who grants me power.
Mm.
That's
Still,
why, it's all...
The respect for Mahadi is crazy. People have
I'm-
followed the rules and everything. I love that.
I'm very interested in seeing
It's his house. I'm not gonna break his
a
rules.
creature up close. So, I'll wait with you, and then travel with you in our search if you would still have me for a time.
Absolutely. He
Oh,
may
yeah,
not be
maybe.
on hell anymore, but we'll make him wish he was again.
And then
Excuse me.
you guys wait at the Wandering Emporium for a day, and then you hear the large plopping noise of a large creature as Mahadi steps outside, gets you all, and brings you into a close circle, holding hands with a Kraken. Weird.
See, I told you. We knew a Kraken.
And then the Kraken looks
Yes.
down to Torvis.
What beautiful eyes you have.
Don't make it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
The Kraken shakes his head violently as he is very disappointed in the friends that Ty has made. And,
That's so bad.
and then you guys are suddenly thrust through the plains as you see blinding lights and flashing visions of different places as you are traveling through. And suddenly, you are on a beach. A beach in Elturel. As the Kraken sinks towards the water and tells you, Ty, that Although your contract has been completed, he is willing, because you have helped him, to part you with power. Although he did answer your question earlier about if you do travel different planes.
Oh, yes, but that's because what I was planning to do changed completely when Krieg left.
Oh, okay. Well, never
It
mind.
will, as he's sinking into the water. It was a strange and short-lived contract. I hope that you have a long, fruitful life, and your belly always be full.
And then he just kind of sinks into the water as you see large waves pouring out from where you would assume his body to be. And suddenly,
See a boat off the
Nothing.
distance, just sink.
you hear you scream.
Oh shit!
Oh, right. He's a Kraken.
He's a kraken. Fuck. So, what are you guys doing now?
We're going on a hunt.
I believe
I
it's...
think Ty, as long as Torbis and Aziz and Taxi were down, would sink all of his resources into finding him. Everything he's got.
My vengeance won't be fulfilled until his blood is on my blade and my conscience is at rest.
So,
I'd help, but in downtime I tried to fix the problem.
okay. I would go ahead and roll me 3 D100s. We're going to say over the course of 3 weeks is what we're going to go with here.
All three
Over the
of us?
course of... Yes. Oh, no. Just Taxi for his thingy.
Oh.
Him trying to solve his fucking issue with the speaking. Yeah. The mouthful of cloak. Wow, you actually almost lost it. So 1 to 50, or 0 to 50, or 1 to 50, sorry, is a success. So, you did manage on the 3rd week to succeed. So for the first 2 weeks, you guys are hunting, spending some resources. Aziz, are you doing the same thing going along with them, or do you have your own things that you're taking care of?
No, I'm with them.
Okay.
I did want to... Never mind. No, I don't.
Go ahead.
Nope.
What are you gonna ask?
Nothing. I really don't want to say it now.
Do you want to message it to me at least?
No, it's dumb and petty, and I don't care anymore.
I do, because now it's gonna be funny.
Curious.
Yeah, now it's gonna be funny.
I want to look for snakes.
So
End of the campaign.
The last session.
this is what we're gonna do. The first week, you're not gonna find anything because you guys are spending your time in Elturel trying to figure out directions. You know, where could this guy be? Asking for information, doing that stuff. Second week, make a D100 roll. I'm gonna tell you, I have the number in my head. Actually, hold on, don't roll yet. I'm gonna send the numbers to Ty.
Okay.
If he rolls,
or is it specific?
if he rolls those in between those numbers, he will find a snake.
Oh shit! On the material plane? It's so fucked!
I know.
Good luck, dude.
Unfortunately, it's just too much traffic in the area. Unless you really go out of the way, you haven't been able to find one. So,
Meanwhile, Nigel Altero was like, "What the fuck is this snake doing here?"
Yeah, some rando just found this singular snake in Avernus.
and then
Some
you guys,
random devil walking down like, what is this doing here?
Mahadi's just like, no, you just missed him, man.
You just missed him.
yay high, long tongue,
Forked dick.
it's usually small, or average. I'm sorry. So as the 3rd week comes on, you guys arrive in Baldur. You guys are. I was right. Get fucked. You guys are in Baldur's Gate. You guys are looking for signs of Kree, trying to keep it somewhat down low for the first couple days, with no avail to information. What do you guys do after that? Are you guys going to get a little bit more loud about it, or are you guys going to try to keep it quiet?
Oh shit. We're level 13.
2 weeks?
I think that
You are level
Torbis
13.
would try and get loud about it, but Ty and Aziz would likely stop him. And keep it quiet.
Aziz, I know you want to keep it cool. Do you still have any connections with those guards that you once said that you worked with, do you think they may have seen anything? Anyone that has ties to the city? I have no connections here and don't know anyone within Baldur's Gate. Just don't know who to ask. You said that he was in some mansion before, and that you killed all the people who owned that mansion.
Oh, the Van Thampers. Is that who you speak of?
Are
The
we in Altera?
No.
do you, who
Oh, never mind.
the guards or the
I think he's talking about the
The
watch.
fist.
yeah?
No,
that's what
you're the watch. I'm pretty sure, right? Aziz, your stuff was the watch, and then I'm pretty sure Ty was the flaming fist, or Crux.
Yeah,
I'm
Crux
sorry.
was. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a moment. I was like, "Oh wait, I know people." Oh no, Ty doesn't know these people.
I know, I was gonna say, like, yo, we could go talk to the Fist. Oh, wait, no, the only one here who has connections to the Fists would be Aziz.
Would literally be a Z.
Yeah. Captain Zaj. Is that who we're looking for? The captain of the Flaming Fist?
Is that who you're gonna go look for?
I don't
You're
know.
gonna-
You're kind of leading this. I'm from Elturel. I don't know the city
Yes.
at all.
Yes,
are you-
I vaguely remember this man. He was at the rock, whatever the fuck it's called, on the bridge.
Worms Rock.
Yep, that's the one. Let's
The Rock.
if we
Dwayne?
seek
Johnson?
the captain of the Flaming Fist, he would likely be there.
Is that what you guys are gonna do?
Best start of anything, yeah.
All right,
So-
then I'll show you the way.
You guys arrive there, and after a short conversation with him, hey, we saved hell and blah 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 blah, they kind of look at you suspiciously, like whatever. But then you tell some grand stories and some things that are very true to what happened on the material plane. And he kicks the other guards out and informs you that he is in the custody of the Flaming Fist, set to be executed
Aha!
for his betrayal of Elturel and his attempted betrayal at Baldur's Gate, and because he had lured Older Ravengard into a trap and was planning on having him killed or enslaved to the devils and the hells as well. So he says that your vengeance, while being sought, is difficult, almost impossible to achieve without some sort of repercussion. But he will meet his end through a public execution.
I will turn to Torbis, and I will whisper to him, "Is this satisfactory, or do you wish to end him with your own hands?"
Does it matter who holds the blade at his execution?
Yeah,
Very
I have a
well.
question for a rule of cool.
Maybe.
Can Torbis apply Divine Smite to the guillotine?
He has to be wielding the weapon. But if he was the one operating said execution, you guys don't know how he's executing yet. Yes.
Cool. Just putting it out there.
Does it matter who does the execution? I understand public and be able to bring shame upon his name, which all garbage deserves shame. Is there any chance that you'd be willing to allow an outsider who has ties to nobility that this man tarnished to wield the blade that severs his head?
I could
We're
arrange.
Refugees of Elturel, and have our own business with this man we would like to execute. If it is public execution, then it doesn't matter necessarily who does it, correct?
Yes, although the executioners are always kept hidden, so you would not be able to be publicly known for doing such a thing. You would have to keep your mask's face hidden, and only one person is allowed to execute. I believe that I could sway and push some motives to allow people of Elturel, people of the city that he had fell, to cast the execution, although nobody would know, except for you,
Let me
whoever
ask
executes.
Let me ask you this. How are the relationships with the tieflings now that Elturel is back? Are there still strains?
There's many of the refugees left back towards Elturel. But the people that still remain, unfortunately, are still being fought with, because that is how Baldur's Gate has always been. Refugees do not get along with the people of the inner city, and because of the wave of people, and at the time, the dysfunction of the Flaming Fists, the Watch, and such, there is still a tear in the relationships of the refugees and those in the city, and the guards and everything above. So, as we are repairing and working on it, it is still not perfect. It has only been a mere few weeks that Elturel has been back.
This man is greatly hated by those all around. If a tiefling were to end his life, would that repair relationships, showing that the city is willing to extend their hand to one that has been looked down upon, now on equal footing to bring justice to this land? I know
Go ahead
that.
and make a persuasion roll. The DC is super high, though, just as a heads
Okay.
up.
Sweet.
Roll 20.
22.
Unfortunately, he looks at you and kind of shakes his head in resolve and says, "The idea is great and noble. Unfortunately, the rift between the refugees and the people are too much that one small execution would lead anywhere. It might even cause a greater rift, and right now I cannot risk that."
I see. I was willing to. I believe, Ty, you have all greater connection to ending his life, and I would like to offer you my blade to do so. And I was hoping that we could show your horns to let them know that the tiefling was the one who was doing this, but do you believe even
Well,
in that case it would be wrong?
now that you say something of the sort, the masks are not usually made with outer functions in mind, like horns, some more robust hair, ears as he looks at Taxi. So, he may not be able to show his face, but there could still be some heavily implied ideas with horns. And it's still under the impression that it is meant to be as much hidden as possible. I feel we could work that in.
What do you say, Ty? Take up my blade and bring it down on this sorry fuck who has ruined so many lives?
What blade do you use?
I have the Savage Longsword. Oh, the Vicious Longsword, sorry.
He says that he would have to give him a specific blade.
Oh. Well, I could still give it my blessing, but I believe that it would be best if you did this. My vengeance is to see him dead. It doesn't have to be by my own hand.
Sure. I will accept your blade.
I will send my hand in to take your forearm as a brotherly handshake type of thing. I'll stay with you until the deed is done.
Reciprocate.
This week, the end of the week, is when he is executed. And then he gives you all the details of the time, because I don't remember D&D time right now, like off the top of my head. It's not, my brain isn't functioning quite that well. But he kind of gives you the time frame when it's going to happen, where he wants you to be. He spends, a couple hours kind of going over all the things. He says, this is the technique, this is how you do it, it's straight cut and done. Like, literally cut. You're going to take a weapon, it's going to be a large axe, you're going to just bring it down on his head. And his head's going to drop, and his body's going to lay there for 3 days as penance.
I pretend to listen.
And then the time. Do you guys have, what else are you guys going to do in the city? You guys have a few days before. Taxi, I would say before you'd be able to speak the thing,
Okay.
but not. I said like the day before you'd be able to speak. The execution. Anyone else have anything they're gonna do specifically? If not, it's cool. I just want to make sure I'm asking.
Would we be allowed to see Thaddeus, or is
No.
he?
He is very heavily guarded, like inside of a cell, because he's going to be publicly executed. People want to kill him, so they're keeping him like on the block. Like nobody's allowed to see him.
Wherever the execution is going to be happening, Torbis would be willingly standing guard, just waiting for the day that it comes. That's what I'll do for those days.
Anything else, Aziz? You got anything?
How many days?
It's going to
Like a
be
week?
3 days. 3 days.
Three.
Execution's on the 4th day.
Yeah, I would. I'd go to the Van Thamper Spa and get a massage.
Okay.
You know, I murdered some cultists here.
It's no longer called. It's no longer called the Van Thamper Spa. It is called the Spa now.
Okay.
See, it was right over there in that corner.
I also would. Oh, I'd ask around for if anybody knows or has seen a gentleman named Klim Jasso.
Oh my god.
I don't expect anything. I would just do it because that fucker owes me money, and that's what Aziz cares about.
No, you have not seen. Everyone that you've asked doesn't even recognize the name. They're all kind of like, huh? Who?
Oh, yeah.
Who the fuck is that guy? I've never heard of that guy.
No, for real though, who the fuck is that guy?
At some point, he was chained up somewhere. Where was that?
Oh, that's right. He promised us
he-
money if we let him go.
Yeah.
He was in
If
the
you free me,
bathhouse.
I will give you money. My name's Jim whatever.
Clem
Yeah.
Jasso, he was in the bathhouse.
Jim
We
Lasso.
freed him, and he
I
fucked
promise
off.
you, Rich. I think we did an insight check to see if he was actually rich or not. I think it was me actually, but then I failed it, so I assumed like, yeah.
But
Bathhouse.
Yeah, that motherfucker owes us money.
Episode 3, baby.
Probably.
but I think that's the extent of my. Oh, I'd also just walk into Sorcerer's Sundries, and then wherever Enron is, I would just point at him and cast message, and just subtly cast message,
Okay.
and just tell him you're a dick, and then walk out. And that's all. That's my week or my 3 days.
It's like weak.
And then you hear, and yours is smaller than mine in return.
I mean,
Wait, it's a new day,
that is a
right?
factual statement.
Come on,
Yeah.
6, baby, 6.
Come on,
It's
let's
a-
go.
It's a D10 now.
5.
I forgot. So
I don't know. You don't know what his size is, so it's hard to tell. But
yeah, but I got 2 of them.
Takes it out at the store. Come on, show me. Immediately gets arrested.
sir,
How
this
about
is
the
a
chocolate
Sorcerer's
block
Sundries.
Yeah, and I'm taking out my wand.
My wand of secrets.
I just want to show everybody my snake.
God. What have I done? You. And Ty, are you gonna do anything, or are you just kind of hanging around for the few days waiting?
Just patiently wait.
Okay. So, over the course of the days, you guys do your things. Taxi, you're able to get your thing off the night before. You're finally able to speak. Although the person that ripped it off does want the cloak in return.
Yeah, they fucking. Oh, you fucking.
They can have it.
You did manage to
Yep.
find somebody, but they were kind of sketchy, so heads up. And then it is execution day.
Holy
The whole party is brought to the background where they are going to be sent up a small staircase to walk up onto the stage that is set where Thavius is having things thrown at him. You can hear people screaming hateful words, mean, guttural anger, just raw emotion as you hear things thudding against this top of the stage. You assume probably having pieces of food and other vile things thrown at him. You even
Grandma's
smell what smells like shit. So you assume some really nasty things are being thrown at this guy. And You are given the rundown one more time, Ty, of all the things. You're pretty much just going to walk up to him. You're going to put the blade to his neck. You're going to raise it up, and then slam it down. Torbis is allowed to. He looks to Torbis and says, "If you were to want to bless the weapon, can't do anything with it. Can't give it power or anything, but you can, do what a paladin or cleric would do and bless the weapon, and then
take out my symbol of Torm. By the law of the land, this blade holds the vengeance that is rightly deserved. And just kind of run it across it and give a nod and then go into the crowd.
I chase this man across Avernus. Do I at least get to say something to him?
if it's quick, I believe that is fine. But know that it has to be quick, and make sure that you do it before you raise the blade. As you raise the blade, people will fall silent. Make sure nobody hears.
Then I am ready.
And then he and a few other Flaming Fists walk you up, kind of stand at the edges as if to guard you, because executioners are targeted people. Your horns standing out as you're hooded and robed. As you walk out, you have this large axe in hand. It is a very unique axe. It's definitely not a good fighting weapon, but it's
meant for one thing.
It's gonna do its purpose well. It's sharpened. It's clean. You even see his small signs of blessings kind of roll over it from when Torbis gave it his blessings. And you walk over to Thavius, who does nothing but cry, snivel, and beg for his life over and over again, as he's interrupted by smacks in the face through tomatoes, lettuce, dung every once in a while, other random miscellaneous things, even things as thick as potatoes and rocks are hitting him.
I'll walk up to him, whether I get hit or not. I got the health to take it. I'll squat down to him like you would a child. And I'll lean in. Though ironically, running from hell is probably the smartest thing you could do. It will result in your death. But if I had found you there, you would have drowned 1,000 times over before I burst your lungs with water. Now you will die like the sniveling shit you are. And then I'll kick him onto the block.
He's already there. He was I forget what those things are called, where their hands and heads are stuck in it, kneeling down. So.
And then I'll kind of ready the axe for Helterel.
And as you raise the axe, you hear something in your head. Hold on.
You see a dragon come in. His name's Altuin. He summons meteor swords.
No.
Surprise, this is actually the opening to Skyrim.
can't wake up.
I was literally typing that. I hate that
That's
I
what
know
I
that
meant.
whole song. Jesus Christ.
That's what I imagine. What happens when Aziz drops concentration on an illusionary dragon, or
It just like freaks
you
out.
find me a way.
Mhm.
Did you get the rest of the message, Ty? Your mic isn't picking up? I see your bubble popping, but I don't hear you.
Oh fuck, my fucking thing
Nope.
came unplugged. Yeah, I'm still not quite getting it. Could we move the channel for just a second?
Oh, what happened?
Call my name and say
He sent Ty a message, and they're talking about it now.
Oh, okay.
Secrets.
Secrets. Oh my
Just as soon as the axe goes down on Thaddeus, justice.
Woo! I'm gonna go pee.
Or Heltero. Honestly, I was half expecting Zariel to fucking snap the blade.
Oh, that's part of the description. Is if she chooses to, she can immediately destroy the blade.
Yeah, I know. I
So-
read that part, and that's why I was like, oh.
I gotta say, I'm a little sad I didn't get to use my 90-foot flying speed, especially especially with the whole Vengeance Paladins thing of like if I make an opportunity attack on something, then I can fly. I can go half of my speed up to where it's going. So even if something tries to
No.
escape, unless it's dashing, I'm just right there flying on its ass.
It's crazy to think that in this campaign we're like almost the same level as the Leos campaign.
You think we could take your Leo's characters?
Probably not. Maybe Nigel. I don't know.
No. I mean, first of all, there's. I mean, I guess there's only like 5 of us now. There used to be 7.
That's sure.
But I mean, the stuff that we have is just insane.
I'll kill you before you kill me. Yeah.
Like you saw the roll that I did. I mean, I guess that's against a specific type of enemy, but
If I met a zombie, oh boy.
I do like 3d8 default just by hitting things.
Oh, so Nige, this will apply to you.
Mm.
With next level and Crimson, if things go right and I get a crit roll and I do and I add an ability, I can do what is it? 8d12 damage towards something.
Brother, how?
So I have a weapon that does piercing damage. That does 2d12. If I get a crit, I add an additional d12, and then I have something where I can spend my grit points to add additional damage dice. So if I use all of my grit points and crit, then I can do 8d12.
I think that's a bit much. Oh well. My zombies sometimes hit things.
Sometimes hit things. I mean, I'm sure the first, if that ever happens like that, it's going to be amazing. And then we'll probably have to nerf the fuck out of it because, 8d12 damage. Plus,
Yeah,
know.
you probably would have to call it before you do it then.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely have to call it out and like just get insane. I'd have to crit,
Then I crit.
Yeah. And I could apply Great Weapon to it, so add an additional 10 damage to all of that. But yeah.
That's
You meet
nice.
a-
Anyway, I cast Fireball.
You meet
Oh no,
another
the
god.
bear ate it.
You meet another god. I shoot it, and it dies in one shot.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up.
Wake me up inside.
Save me.
Save me from this. Wake me up before you
Before
go,
you
go.
go.
Ah,
Gorsh.
Oh, gosh.
Gorsh toy.
Garfield.
Ugh.
YouTuber.
Too bad you guys. Oh, hello.
And you guys see as Ty raises it up, you hear a scream that is more guttural and vocal and a little bit more anger induced than the rest of the people around you as you see the axe brought down. As Thavius's head falls and is no more. As his body falls limp, people scream and cheer for the death of this man.
I wouldn't celebrate or anything. I'd probably just like almost half-heartedly, maybe with annoyance, thrust the axe towards the cap in the guard and just immediately walk off the stage. Having done what I had come to do.
And now that the execution is done, what is everyone's next set of goals?
Torbis will give a head nod to Ty as he walks off, but Torbis is going to stay on watch for the next 3 days, make sure nobody comes and messes with the body, and make sure nothing else happens to it until it is finally taken away, and that's when he'll go up north.
Okay. We'll get to there then. Anyone else have anything else that they're gonna do for the next couple days or so?
I think I'd find Torbis, but we can do it in a separate channel and it doesn't require you.
Mhm.
At one of those days, I would just stop by and talk to him.
I kind of want to hear it, Loki. So.
Okay.
That's
I would approach him. I made a deal, as I told you with that Kraken. And that deal was, he granted me power if I could get him out of hell. I thought the power that he provided would allow me to hunt down Thaddeus and deliver the justice that was required. Then he'll get a kind of sly, wicked grin. But I made another deal. The axe was not enough. I wanted more. I wanted him to suffer. So
Good.
he granted me a second reprieve. He took everything from me. All of the power that he granted me. But Thaddeus, in many ways, lays in pieces on the floor of the ocean.
You have my deepest gratitudes. May those pieces never come back together. And may he beg for hell for the rest of his whatever it is.
Don't think that he can. You see, it's strange you can take a water elemental, and they're able to shrink down to the size of a single inch. If you were to say, force one down someone's throat, and then cause it to reshape, there's not much left. But I am powerless. And I think it is time for me to find my peace. I wish you luck. But it's time for me to go see our old broke-ass friend. Take him up on the offer of the ship. And find myself a little shack in the hole in the world. To live out the rest of my time. I've heard of another continent not too far. believe it is called Leos.
Yeah, they have free real estate there.
If anything,
Well.
it's the opposite. I don't mean to
May you
get
find what you are looking for, and I hope you have the reprieve that you deserve. Thank
Same
you.
to you. And I'll hold my hand out.
I'll take it. What you have done is more than I could have ever asked. My oath is complete. I have to find out what I will do next, but if our paths ever cross again, I hope you can share a few stories of better times.
Possibly. But I would not worry about any piece of that man coming back, physical or spiritual. Stay safe and live well.
You as well.
Now, walk off to go find Nigel. Or find a way to get to Altorel so I can find Nigel.
Alright. Aziz, Taxi, what would you guys do?
probably see if the boys would want to drink that night, and then probably.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Altorel immediately
Ty would stay
afterwards.
for a drink at least.
Yeah, I'd have to party it up that night and then leave to Altorel.
Okay. Aziz, what would you do?
I would go for drinks. I still have like 7 bottles of that fine ass wine,
I do have some bottles of wine, yes.
so we'll pass
Going
those
to a
around.
bar and start drinking your own wine.
Fuck yeah! If it's better than what they got. So yes, pass out bottles of wine. Drink, eat, be merry, and then I would inform the party that as they go off venturing to Elturel to find Nijin and Taxi's family or business or what have you, I must head in the opposite direction towards my homeland. I must claim the throne and the crown and get things back in order for my people.
Kind of put a hand on his shoulder. It has been a strange journey. I think we only knew each other for like 3 weeks. To be fair. I don't know. Time is weird.
More like 6 weeks.
Okay. That's not including the opening campaign, because Ty wasn't there for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably like 5 weeks for Ty.
Okay. There are many things that we spoke of, but that discussion that we had after finding the fate of your father, those lessons in the person that you are, that is who you are. You do not need to always wear the mask, especially if you intend to abscond. Or not abscond, I guess, take the throne. Just be the man that you are, and your people will flourish.
Your words strike deep and true. I thank you for everything. All of you. It has been something beyond words, and I will never forget any of this. And you are always all welcome to the Pearl Enclave at any time.
I think I might do some traveling, so I may come see you someday.
You and your Kraken friend are most welcome, so long as he doesn't destroy my harbor. You know,
My
Pearl
Kraken
Harbor.
friend is not a concern anymore. We canceled our contract. I am
Wait,
powerless.
really?
Indeed. I am powerless. Well, maybe powerless, but I still have the blade skills that I once had. So maybe I'll become something different.
That sounds right up your alley.
It does, doesn't it? Switching from a paladin to a warlock, now I'm a fighter, fuck it.
Maybe a ranger. Hmm?
Maybe.
I'm sure no matter what path you choose, you will succeed, for that is your nature.
No. We should get some rest. This is a long road to Altera.
Indeed. My
I wish you
friends,
luck, Aziz.
and the same to you.
And we all go pass out drunk.
You guys go your separate ways. A few days go past, and those who would find their way to El Terrell arrive there. So, Aziz, or Nigel, god damn it. Nigel, you've, I'm assuming, have been just kind of helping the people rebuild, taking care of the damages, getting people taken care of, and I don't want to say you necessarily heal them up, but help take care of them in terms of, bandaging.
No, I
keeping
healed
people-
them all by myself. No one else helped.
I'm assuming that's what you've been up to the last few weeks.
Yep, just been helping people get everything set. Maybe talk to the also Barry Echo. Try to give him like a proper hero's tomb to hey, put some respect on this man's name.
So when you talk to when you're kind of talking around, you don't really see that there's a leader for El Terrell yet. So for him to get a hero's burial, it's going to take some time because you have to wait until there's a person, and you have to wait until that the city is kind of restored as well. It's probably going to take the latter to have the former happen. So it's going to be some time before you're
And
able to have a proper burial.
I'll keep Echo's urn safely in the monastery before it's time to
Okay.
actually put him away.
And then some time comes, and because I guess it kind of seems like the right time, you see a few of your friends appear in the city.
Fourmere.
Yeah.
Nigel Fourmere.
Or Mir.
For me.
Torbis can't smell.
For Mir.
Well, that's just Jimmy.
Oh, okay. Ah, you're back. It's good to see you all.
Mm.
I assume the deed is done?
It is.
You all got the cape out of my mouth?
Yeah, it's good to hear you speak again.
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, I hate you too. Hi.
I kid. Well then,
It feels
What-
great to speak again.
gotta work on it, I think you gotta still get a little, bit of cat on your tongue. Is that weird to say? I actually don't know.
Yes.
Okay. Well, what's in store for the both of you then?
I'm here to take you up on that offer of that ship.
Oh, right. Let me see. Where did I put the deed? I did have it somewhere. I forget what it's called actually.
Isn't the bag of holding?
It is in
I'm
the
pretty
bag of
sure.
holding.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh,
fuck
look,
it.
I've had that the whole time!
Oh wow, so crazy! Oh, it's right here.
Ah,
Back to
Joe.
Baldur's Gate.
Billy.
Turns around.
Oh wait, is it actually in Baldur? It is in Baldur's Gate, isn't it?
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
go all
I
the way
know we
back.
didn't take
Fucking
it down to
wieners, dude.
Holy shit!
Ty would just turn around and walk out pissed. Start walking back to Baldur's Gate.
Kicks over a trash can on the way out.
Fuck. Oh come on, man! We just fixed that.
Nah, Ty would stay because Alterel is his home city. He would stay for a little bit at least. I'd probably stay for like a couple weeks, help with the efforts before returning to Baldur's Gate to collect my prize.
Okay. Everyone else is just staying in El Terrell, kind of over the long period of time, helping get El Terrell taken care of over the course of. It'd probably take a couple of years to get it back to fully functioning, at the very least.
I don't know if I said it, but Torbis didn't travel with them back to Elturel. He went up north
went
to his
up
old
north.
keep.
It's just taxi me and Torb or
Okay, so you three would. Ty, how long would you wait before going back to Baldur's Gate? Because it would probably take a couple years of taking care of the city for it to get back to full functioning.
I would probably actually try to find the Hell Riders and try and help stabilize them. I would assume a lot of them would know me, because in his story he was one for several years before the fall of Altoro.
It would be a lot less than you think, mainly because most of them fucking dead.
Oh, I fully understand most of them are dead, but I would help the leaders reestablish the Hell Riders, like new recruits and bring in the old teachings and all of that stuff, and like because he was trained as a
Pretty much.
paladin, he was trained with a blade, so he would be able to teach people how to use one.
All right. And then Taxi, what are you doing in your time in El Terrell? And how long are you going to stay for there doing that for, Ty? Like a while?
I would stay, actually, the more I think about it, I think Ty's at peace. Ty's
So Aziz gets to keep the ship.
accepted who he is,
or whoever has it.
and well, I have the bag of holding. He gave it to me,
Yeah, I mean, give it to them. I don't.
so
I,
I have the
I
you do have
assumed
the
they
ship
would be in
page.
hell doing the whole thing, but I guess not.
yeah. So I would I'd spend a couple of years helping them reestablish. They would likely ask me to stay, and I would tell them no. My time is done. My adventures are over, and but if anything were to ever be needed, they know how to reach me, and I would go back to Baldur's Gate and go find my little hole in the world and retire.
So we're going to assume that you end in Baldur's Gate when we get to the part that I'm going to do. Okay?
Okay.
So a few years down the line, let's say like 3 years, it happens where you're in Baldur's Gate. We'll get there. Taxi, what are you doing?
Well, helping rebuild, and buy a house or build a house. I don't know, buy a plot of land, build a house.
You could, with Elturel, you could do either one. You could buy a plot of land on the outer parts and build something there, or you could buy something on the inner parts. That'd be up to your character. I think over time you'd have enough money to do it, because this isn't the real world. It's not hard. It just takes time.
A shit ton of gold from hell. But yeah, probably do outer city. You'll spend plenty of time in the inner city later.
Okay. So you find a plot of land that you buy, you help take care of the city, and you begin to build a shop in the city? Is that what it is?
Yeah, shop in the city.
Okay. And we can make that work. Now, that happens over the course of a few years. Again, it would take time. It's not like a super easy thing, because people are taking care of themselves for like rebuilding the city, then they're going to be worried about building your house. But you would eventually be able to pay people to help you take care of it, or work on it yourself over time, Nigel, what are you doing over the course of a few years?
Seeing that kind of like the leadership of Elturel is kind of still a mess, I would take charge and just bring the community together and try to like get them readjusted, try to bring families together, help whoever, actually pick up a hammer, start like building houses for people. Since like, hey, we need people, then let's just overall try to be like just kind of like just helping the community in whatever ways they need, however big or small.
A jack of all trades for the community, and you would just continuously do that over the course of those few years.
Yeah, and then start building my order, monks of try to like set a new order to like protect Elturel in case the need ever arise, and just let people go along their way. Try to teach them the rights or wrongs. Teach them like, hey, these are my friends. This is like how you extend to like help people like just selflessly or selfless. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so Nigel kind of builds up a community and helps that community thrive and flourish, and tries to rebuild what was once destroyed or ravaged and sacked and such. Torbus, what are you going to do over those few years?
So after returning to his keep and informing that his oath has been fulfilled, he'd help with the next succession and the establishment, but would decide to go on a journey to a great temple of Torm to find out what type of oath he is bound to next, and seek out his next path. And
would you guys tell Torbus about the Helm of Torm that we had?
Nope, didn't think about it. He's already gone.
All right, whatever. I guess give it to the Duke.
And I believe after searching, he would take and knowing what laid on the other side, he would lay down his ideals of vengeance being complete and take up and become an oath of watchers to stay vigilant of what may be coming back on the other side if anything ever does.
Okay. That would most definitely probably take all of your years.
Yeah,
for all those things, like a combined things.
Oh yeah, he would help establish and then go on the journey and then take time to live and then become an Oath of a Watcher.
Aziz, what about you? Course of a few years.
So come home, claim the crown.
Mine.
Yep.
Political rivalry, such probably take like a year, maybe a little bit less to get things taken care of. People would be like, oh, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. But you get there.
Yeah, I would make a show of my draconic bloodline and be like, all right, come on, let's. If you really think you're gonna be a better king than I am, bring it. And then I just fuck everybody up that tries to fight me.
I pull out a dagger. I pull out a dragon.
Yeah, exactly. So reestablish the government. Get everything back. Sorry?
I was going to say, in a Yanti society, isn't hard to reestablish because they're very set in their ways on, like, how things work. So it would just be, like, pretty much... What the fuck? Sorry, I thought I did something. It'd just pretty much be like, hey, I'm king, we're reestablishing, those who follow me do, those of you who don't, fuck off.
Die.
Yeah.
And it would take... Once you become, like, the head of your people, it would take, like, 2 weeks to establish everything.
Okay.
So your character would have plenty of extra time to do whatever they were doing after that.
So then... it sounds like everything runs pretty well without me. They survived without Vega. They survived without me for a while. I'm just like the face, it seems like. So, without any... Go ahead.
Yanti, the way the Yanti society works is very, like, they're all the same for the most part. Because they all work in, like, this, like, structural hierarchy of, like, how the Yanti do things. Yours would be a little bit unique because usually the more monstrous you are, the more, like, pure you are. Or to them, like, it's the other way around in words and such. Yours would kind of work, I would assume, the opposite based on the way you've explained your people. Like, your guys are, like, the more humanoids of you would kind of just be at the top, the more charismatic individuals, rather than the other way around where it's like the warriors are on top.
Yeah.
And
we're civilized.
You guys would just be able to, you would pretty much claim throne. People would be like, what, but, and then after a while of, back and forth, they would accept, and then the people who would follow you, those who wouldn't would either try to fight against you and die, and like you and your people and die, or just leave. So it wouldn't take very long to establish, and they wouldn't really need you to keep, like, functioning, but they would have started looking for, like, a new head of house eventually, but you would have got there and started before, like, that would have happened. Which is why there would have been the political, like, back and forth. They would have been able to function, it just wouldn't have been at, like, full sail.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, we get there, and then the research begins. I would scour the libraries of the Pearl Enclave, and then with whatever information I was unable to acquire, which would likely be a significant chunk, I would probably reach out to other communities, cities, what have you, for scholars, anybody with arcane knowledge, anybody with, any kind of knowledge about what happens to a soul when it is, like, taken in hell.
Is that something you would do, like, immediately upon being, like, your party or group of people being established? Because it wouldn't take long. It would just pretty much take... You'd reach out for, a few months or so, and then you would get answers back from mainly, like, high-powered churches. And, like, church isn't the word I want to use, but, temples. People that relate and work with the dead a lot would easily get back to you on how it works. They'd be able to kind of understand that, like, when a person makes a contract, they make a contract, their soul gets trapped in a thing called a phylactery, not to be confused with the Lich's phylactery, although they are the same thing. They're just used very differently. I don't, the terms being back and forth. Anyways, and that their phylactery being trapped in the hells means that their soul is potentially be able to be saved. But but it's just obviously you have to find the physical phylactery.
Right. So then that becomes the next task is trying to figure out a way to pinpoint where that would be.
Okay. And I would probably say if you commit to that over the course of the next few years or so, your character would probably be able to establish a group of, Yuan-ti warriors and powerful magic casters that could go down, find him. It would take time, obviously, and heavy resources. That would probably set your people back a little bit, but you would be able to do it and get your father back. If that's what Aziz would do.
Yeah, is it... So, it would be his soul, like, what... How would
You would
that...
get his phylactery. You'd get his phylactery. When you have his phylactery, when you're getting out of hell, you would have to speak to a different... Depends on where he would be. I forgot where I put him. Let's see if I can find the notes. Hold on. Where I put him sounds fucked up, but... give me 1 minute.
You're God, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just funny the way I said
The
that.
room of eternal penis torturing.
The CBT room.
He is,
No.
I believe, in... Give me 1 second, because I forget which part she holds place over, and I have to figure it out. Give me a minute. Sorry, I have to look up all the names of the hells and what they fall under, because they're all really weird names. Nope, not that one. Here we go. Your father would have fallen to... Give me a second. I gotta figure out which one fits it more. Probably that one. He would have went to... Is it Minoros? He would have found himself in Minoros. Give me 1 second to double check that I'm right on that. Yep, he would have been in Minoros. So that is the 3rd layer of hell. So you would have to talk to Mammon. I believe. Yes, Mammon would have been the archdevil that you would have to speak to find yourself free with your father's soul. He would have... There are many things that you could offer him. He's a greedy man. So it could have been gold from your the Pearl Enclave for a permanent period of time. Like, you have to donate to him every so often. It could be a large number of souls. It could be... that would probably be the 2 things he would accept. He is the Archdevil of Greed. And if he doesn't, then he would probably just kill you then and there.
Okay.
So either make a deal with him, or we have to set up a fight.
No, I'd make a deal. I wouldn't
you're
want
level
to fight
20,
a
you got this.
fucking archdevil. Like, if I don't have to, and I can rely on, my wits rather than my magics, then I would do that.
Okay.
And given... Yeah. The really greedy aspect of Aziz that kind of carried through the campaign over the course of the last few years, the party wouldn't have seen it, most of it anyway, I would think, but the transition from being, a prince to the king and having all this responsibility and blah, 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 I don't think that he would be as greedy as he used to be. He would still covet wealth, like, I don't think you can shake that, but I don't think that it would be as profound as it was. So he would be agreeable to paying a sum of gold on a schedule to, appease him, but he would also likely offer during the journey, if he came across any soul coins that he didn't require, he would, give those away, which kind of, I would assume would work like double
Not for
currency.
Mammon.
No?
No, not for Mammon. And you would find this out being there. His realm is what makes soul coins.
Oh.
So he literally prints them, like
shit.
himself. So
Okay.
they would be nothing to him. But because he is greedy, he would take them. And he would try to front it as like, yeah, I'll take them to spare your life or spare some of your men's lives or something. And then he would make a deal with you. It would be quite a hefty amount of gold. So like your people would either have to pretty much go out and either conquest constantly, fight constantly, or be on constant set of jobs to be able to make ends meet on top of meeting this deal with him. It would be quite an exceptional amount of gold. Because that's how he works. Because he's a dickhead.
Okay. What kind of...
Oh,
continue.
good. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, you said souls. What kind of souls would he accept?
He would have taken everyone but you and your father that's with you currently. Like, he would have killed all of you and taken their souls. And then he would also take, he would take the firstborn child of every lineage from you and your father. So every time that you and your father have a child in the future, and their future generations, forever, he takes their children. The first child.
We're going to go with the gold.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah, so no?
He's greedy. That's what happens. So you'd make this deal with him. It would be really expensive, and like your men would kind of be like, "Holy shit, he spared us," which is, earns you a little bit of respect amongst your men, but also it would kind of build up your rapport as like a king who knows, that his people are gonna have to work hard. And you get out with your father's soul. You come back, and he's given his body, although it is brittle and weak. It takes months to get him even close to like a functioning level, like where he can even speak. And it's been 3 years since you've last been to hell. It's been a few months since you were there recently, and you traveled with your companions. Where are you now? Are you just like on that island that we talked about?
Wait, say that again? It's been years since
It's been 3 years since you've been to hell with your companions, and it's been about 3 months since you've been there recently, when you got your father.
Okay.
So, and then I was just asking, where would you be? You'd be on that island?
Yeah, we'd go back to the Pearl Enclave. I would, do my best to make sure that Daddy is healthy. Rehab.
Okay.
But I would retain the crown and tell him that he's retired.
He wouldn't even be able to speak at this point. Like, 3 months in where we're at, like where I'm getting ready to tell the rest of the story, he's not even able to function, really. Like, he's alive, he's awake, he's kind of like out, he's barely out of a coma is what I'd call it.
Okay.
But he's alive, he can barely talk, he can't even walk, he can't feed himself, like, he utters a word every once in a while when he gets the strength. He's building it up, it's taking time, but he'll get there.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I would be doing, though. I would be basically rehabbing Vega.
And then, one day, you walk out of your, just call it a castle, your temple, and is what the Yanti call it usually, and you look among the ocean from your island, and you squint your eyes, and something unnatural is happening. You see a large wave in the distance, reaching towards you, coming towards your island, growing in speed and size. And then, as you're wondering what you should do, you see eyes in that wave. In El Terrell, time goes on as you guys are spending some time hanging out, taking care of people, building your home, building your shop. Ty, you'd still be with the Hell Rider, or you'd be actually at Baldur's Gate at this point, so this isn't for you. But give me 1 second. Sorry, I have to look at stuff. you guys have been hearing rumors of like weird people in the hills far away from you guys doing some weird stuff. I don't know, people who worship fire or something like that. And then suddenly, one night, everything is set ablaze. Inside the city, outside the city, the hills around the city, the forests, the trees, even the sky seems to be set aflame. As Elturel is attacked by what seems like the largest and most dangerous group of people that they have been since the demons and devils that had slaughtered the people before. Nigel, Taxi, you take up arms. You fight and kill plenty of people. But eventually, you're expended. You're tired. You continue to fight, even with your magical and physical prowess. You are overwhelmed. Ty. You've been in Baldur's Gate long enough for the period of time you're trying to get your shit back, the workings through that. People are annoying. Took you a couple of weeks to get it taken care of and then to finally release it to you. And then it's that night that you're getting ready to set sail, thinking of where you're going to go. And then all you hear is screams. And you look out and you see what looks like radiating energy, green in nature, black in nature. You see what looks like arrows, and you begin to see fire, flames. You see what looks like people fighting in the streets, some hooded figures, some wearing bones over their bodies, some covered in nothing but blood and viscera. As the Flaming Fist, as the Watch, even the people of the streets try to defend themselves, as you watch an onslaught take place. As you approach out to the street, you look among everything, and you see that a war has erupted within the city. And Aziz, despite your power, despite the assistance from dragons that you can become, despite your growing in strength from visiting the hells and defending the devils and demons that you've had to fight off, despite facing down Mammon himself, and able to convince him to spare you, your father, and all the lives of your soldiers. No matter how silver your tongue, no matter how strong your mind, the crushing weight of whatever this wave, this tsunami was, tears down the Pearl Enclave. As everything is crushed and ripped asunder. As you are all flushed underwater. And no more. In Elturel, everything is lit aflame. As people wander the streets in these red cloaks with these weird symbols, and they look and point towards the companion, and they seem to be setting up what looks like braziers and torches all over the place, making symbolisms and saying things to each other in a language unknown to you two. I don't think either of you speak Ignan, do you?
No.
And more fire, more explosions, more people dead in the streets. As a ring of fire surrounds the city, and everything within is lost forever. And then Ty, despite your attempts to fight people off, your still physical strength that relies within you, your knowledge of blades, you're only able to fend off so many of what you realize is the dead three. Symbols of Baal, Merkel, and Bane overwhelm the streets. You see skeletons and zombies overrun people, tearing people apart. You're able to take a handful of them with you. But over time, the daggers in your sides, the daggers in your back, the daggers that slice across your face are too much, until one finally is slit across your throat. Torbus, you hear the ramblings and musings of psychotic people doing some things about the planes of the elements, trying to fuse the world with it, trying to connect with it. Some of it just seems like weird people. Some of it seems scary. As you traveled a little bit more towards where you're hearing these ramblings and musings and these note takers and these people who are telling these rumors, you find yourself among a group of people in the Desserin Valley. As you all attempt to defend from these, what they call, the cultists of elemental evil. You are able to bring down large numbers of them, but over time, something happens in this hill, these valleys, where you're overwhelmed by elemental creatures, by the harsh droughts, by the heavy rains, by the earthquakes and the rumblings, by the wind that tears everything apart. Over time, Torbis and his companions that he has recently made are overwhelmed. As the world begins to fall into hysteria, and it begins to collapse, as the cults of elemental evil arise. All these rumors of their strength coming to fruition, of them raising armies, of bringing the elemental planes to the material plane, fusing them together, bringing their princes, as they say, has come true. And over time, the cities fall, and everything makes its way further inland as the cults are taking more and more control, more and more power across the Sword Coast in Faerun. As the world is in danger. The world needs heroes. As almost all the heroes before are either unavailable for whatever reason. People like Morden, Kanan, unknown where he is traveling at the moment, last seen in the Hells. Elminster not having permission to deal with these things for reasons unbeknownst to most people, but only known to him and his god. And the other chosen three as well. And then there are 5 people who've been introduced as these heroes. 5 people who've been recruited to work alongside 5 factions to take on these elemental evils, to try to fight back and bring the world back into a balance where it once was before. Five people. Aiden. Nash. Noche. Vash. And Jack. 5 heroes. 5 soldiers. 5 random people. Whatever people see you as, you are now the next group of people set to fight back against the threats of the world. To save the world, so to say. What will you do?
Fucking kill him. Let's go. Let's start it right now. We still have 2 hours of playtime. Let's go.
My name is Nash. It's nice to meet all of you. I hope it is. I know we just met, so. Hello. Yeah.
Couple things. First question. What do you guys think of that that transition thing I did?
That was pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I made a
sad that
meme about it, but that's
everybody
just because I
died.
didn't know what else to do, because I was, like, genuinely, like, mad. I wanted to kill something. Give me my glaive. I'm killing every single one of them.
Imagine this is what do you guys think? I know it's a little grim for what happened, but
I was like, yay, Nigel made it. Oh, okay, you killed him anyway. All right.
Johnny may think different, but I'm not counting that. Nigel survived the campaign, technically.
He did.
I still gotta kill him, so it's fine.
Yes.
I'm a devil
did-
now.
I just didn't want to bring your guys' I didn't know how to bring your guys' characters back, so that's the only way I could think of, like, transitioning it. And making it, like,
Fair.
you know, interesting, I guess. So it's the only thing I had in mind. I was like, I don't know how to bring their characters back. I don't really, in the world that I'm building, all their past is going to be kind of undone anyway. So, like, Taxi's store wouldn't have survived, all those things, etc. People really wouldn't have had lives to live. So I thought it better to give you guys a fucked up ending and a new beginning than anything.
All right, Nitrogen 3.0.
I thought it was good. Okay, let's go right now. You don't have anything prepared. We can just talk.
My other question is, do you guys have any questions from DIA? Or not Chains? Chains will probably be dead still.
Did the shields matter at all?
Yes! The shield was a pit fiend that could have helped, either one, you could have made it the ruler of Avernus, or two, you could have used it, you could have used it to help you take down Zariel, and then it would have became the ruler of Avernus, taking down Zariel. And then, yeah.
Would he have been a nice ruler?
No. He's an evil piece of shit.
Damn, okay.
Did we fulfill Echo's part of the contract to free him from Bell?
Yes. He did not lose his soul. His soul is in Death in Eleth's Grove.
Yay. Well, too bad you guys will now no longer know why all Kinkus are going extinct.
I mean, no one...
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Because nobody will fuck them.
I mean, yeah, Echo was like the least fuckable thing ever. Like, look at him. Ashes.
Yeah, he's a pile of ashes. You can't fuck ashes.
Ashes to ashes, bust the nut.
Are you arguing
You
for the fucking
shouldn't.
ashes right now?
But
Here we are. What other questions?
What happened to Mahadi? Like, did any of these?
He's a servant of
effects-
Asmodeus.
Okay, so he's
He's
just
chilling in
Mahadi.
the hells.
Yeah, he's still in hell hanging out. He wasn't allowed to interact with Zariel, so he wasn't allowed to like overthrow her or anything like that because of the deal that Zariel made with Asmodeus. So
He
they
was
weren't
just
allowed to.
a guy?
Whatever.
He was just a guy in hell?
Pretty much, he's a very close follower and servant of Asmodeus. He's like one of his right-hand man is not the word I'll use, but it's like one of his right-hand man. Like, he's like in Avernus to spy for him, but that's it.
Could it was Nyshin. Could Nyshin have used the feather to ask
I didn't have
Zariel
it. It was, I get the back of holding.
to Ty,
Ty.
so Ty had the
So Ty had to use it.
to save Baldur's Gate when he was trying to escape.
She would have came in, but she would have been overwhelmed as well. Once an angel would have intervened, then some people would have been given like avatar states to be able to fight back.
Oh no!
Yes, it is that bad. So if that would have been only if there was a divine intervention, like if somebody called upon a celestial, like you guys would have used that feather for Zariel or such, then that would have happened. They would have just.
we're in danger, guys.
Oh, man.
Somebody's not living through this fucking campaign.
Zarya was just like, oh.
She would have came and helped as much as she could have, but once things would have gotten to a point, she would have just retreated to, not die again, so she could come back another day.
Hey,
to
guys,
help.
we gotta find that feather. It's somewhere, right? Hey, Zarya, make me an avatar. I guess, whatever.
She doesn't have that power.
Oh, fine.
You guys got any other questions out of curiosity?
What
or anything?
actually happened to her? Did she get punished because she fell, or is she just welcomed back with open arms? Does the module even say?
It's not a welcome back with open arms thing. She's redeemed because she isn't in the story. In the whole thing is written. If you pay attention to all the little things that are talked about, she didn't fall because she was corrupted necessarily. She fell because Inogu was opening up like a rift from the abyss to the material plane, and it was pretty much coming through hell. So Inogu was opening a rift in hell, opened a rift in the material plane, was traveling through, causing destruction, and planned on pretty much raiding the material plane as a demon lord, which is incredibly fucking dangerous, by the way. And so Zariel fought back, which happened in Ilglin. You guys, or Idleglin, you guys saw that. You guys were part of that. And then once she sent them back to hell that first time, because when she, pretty much slashed Inogu, what happened was she sent him back to hell and pretty much kicked his ass down to hell. She pretty much just banished him. And she followed him down, and then she started fighting in hell. She couldn't handle it. Like she was trying to fight back, and she just didn't have the power. And all of her Hell Riders, all of her people were dying, so she gave her life, or her fealty to Asmodeus, and he promised to give her legions of hell to fight back against the Abyss, to keep Yeenoghu from invading. So she was never actually corrupted until towards, like, when you guys are meeting her now. When you guys are meeting her in this, she's becoming corrupted. Like, she's starting that corrupted path before she gave herself as a, I guess, like a sacrifice to fight back against hell, or to fight back against the abyssal creatures that were coming through, and stop creatures from pouring in and, like, overrunning hell and then overrunning the material plane. Because that'd be really bad. So she's technically not the bad guy, she had the right idea, but the wrong way is what she was. So when she asked for forgiveness and redemption through her oath that she retook with the sword, that's not necessarily forgiven, but it was seen that she was not evil.
But then would Bell continue to fight against, like, the demons? Would he stop them from coming to the material plane, or would he just not care?
The Blood War is all across Avernus, so yes, that Bell would continue the fight in Avernus to keep them from flooding the Hells, because they have to flood the Hells first, then they would flood the material plane.
Okay.
If you guys failed that persuasion check, by the way, she would have kicked your ass.
I mean, we died either way,
Yeah,
so it
I
doesn't really
figured.
matter.
She actually... What happens is, if you fail, it's called there's two different points. It's called the Wrath of Zariel and Redemption of Zariel. Succeeding causes the redemption, failure causes the wrath. She pretty much tells you to give her the sword, or she's gonna beat the shit out of you. If you don't, she beats the shit out of you. But there's interventions. So things happen, like Kostachi comes in and, like, interrupts her and fights you with her. She kicks the shit out of him because he's not that strong without his hammer. She beats the fuck out of you guys too, and then she's interrupted by more people. And then what she does is she, like, flies down because I don't remember what happened. Something with, the fuck did I do? Something with, like, Yeenoghu, comes through a portal, and she has to go beat the shit out of him. So she goes and fights Yeenoghu, and then you have to go, like, hunt her down, and you have to go through, like, waves of enemies. And then, you find her fighting Yeenoghu, and I think that's actually when Kostachi comes in, is after that, because I think immediately she has to go fight Yeenoghu. I don't remember exactly the order, because I'm not reading it right now, but... something like that happens because she comes in, she kicks the shit out of Kostachi, she fights you guys. When she drops below a certain hit point pool, she retreats to her flying citadel, or flying fortress, and then you have to fight all the creatures inside the fortress, and her, to finish her
What's
off.
the DC to convince her to...
25, minus 5 if you have Lulu, and then minus another 5 if you guys were able to get Elanthius to come. And pretty
Wow,
much
that skipped
work with
a
him.
lot. Holy shit.
I think we could have almost got... We would have done it. Oh.
It's pretty much a DC of 20 unless Lulu dies on the way to the Flying Fortress.
Okay.
If Lulu dies at any time in the campaign before the Bleeding Citadel, she is alive at this Bleeding Citadel. Like, she just spawns there.
Oh.
She won't come back ever until then, though, if she dies.
Oh, okay. So it's
Still,
safe state until we lose her afterwards.
Still, even if we didn't have Lulu or Atlanteus, we still met the persuasion. Just met the persuasion. Damn.
Yes.
Yeah. It is.
So then-
Has to go.
So then we would have to fight Yeenoghu,
No. You would have to fight Zariel. Kostachi would be helping you guys because you freed him. If you guys killed her somehow before she was able to go, then you'd end up fighting him. Yeenoghu's so caught up on Zariel that he doesn't know you guys at all. If you attack him, though, he will retaliate. So it's pretty much like you guys are gangbanging Zariel, and she's just holding you guys off. And she's strong enough to handle it, don't get me wrong. The bitch is crazy tough. Like, but she usually loses the fight, retreats, and then you have to go fight. You have to finish off Yeenoghu, if he's not finished off already. Usually between the two of each other, they finish each other. Like, Yeenoghu usually gets killed and sent back to the Abyss, and then Kostachi usually gets his ass handed to him because he doesn't have his hammer, so he's a lot weaker. So he ends up...
Where is
he
his
gets his ass
hammer?
kicked. Zariel has it.
Like, on her?
Yep, she's using it. She uses it in combat.
Is it the flail thing? Or
No,
something else?
it's a hammer. That picture of the hammer is that's his hammer. Let me see.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's his hammer.
Oh, she just likes the. Okay, she just likes
And
it.
if you don't give her the sword, she will literally just end you, like right there. If you give her the sword, she'll like give you options to be like, you can swear fealty to me, you can give me your souls, you can do this or that, you can do a host of things to avoid her killing you.
And then what happens if we swore our fealties? It's just like, should we just work for her and then just like fight in the blood war or some shit?
Let me look that up actually, because I just reopened it. I forgot what she does if you swear fealty.
Because we would die like 0.2 seconds into that war.
Is it? You guys are strong enough. You'd live a while. Let's see.
Do we get to meet Karlak if we do?
No.
Damn. And suddenly, once the Dead 3 were taking over Baldur's Gate, a giant elder brain with wearing a crown came out of nowhere. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, wow.
Where is it?
Mind blast.
That's after the.
It's
There
literally,
it is.
it's
There's
literally
event.
after the Descended Furnace.
I think it's actually during technically.
It's during? Because, like,
I-
Duke Ravengard comes back and everyone's talking about, like, yeah, it's survived El Toro. It's crazy. Whoa. Wow.
It is after. It's after this would happen.
Oh, okay.
It's not. I don't think it's long after. I think it's like literally right as this ends that happens.
Man, that's crazy. Like, El Toro gets fucked up and immediately Baldur's Gate gets right after that. It's funny.
Where is it? I'm sorry, I have to figure out where it is. I forgot where it was. Oh, here we go. They wish to serve her. You must sign a contract, forfeiting your soul to her. She then returns you to the material plane to do her bidding. She has numerous schemes spinning at any given time, and I can just pretty much make adventures for you. She bestows a charm upon each of you. The Archdevil charms is a bunch of bullshit that you can get. Turns you into devils if you guys die, kind of thing. There's all kinds of dumb shit you can get from them. You get the charm. There's... I'm yawning, sorry. I've been talking a lot. You get the Charm of Agelessness, Charm of Diabolical Inspiration, the Charm of Greater Conscription, Charm of Hellish Rebuke, Lesser Conscription, the Charm of Many Tongues, or the Charm of the Adamant. You get each of one of those. And then... you're reborn as a lemur from the River Styx. You lose all your memories of your previous life, and your alignment changes to lawful evil. And if she's pleased with your loyalty in life, she will allow you to keep your memories as she promotes you to an NPC devil.
That's not too
Of
bad.
my determination. It's not terrible. You usually end up as like a barb devil or some dumb shit.
It could be better.
While we're on the subject of Zariel, because we never got a chance to really fully explore it, Ty is a Zariel tiefling.
Oh, wait. So you were a child of Zario?
Ty's bloodline is Zariel, yeah.
Oh, was that what you're like leading up to? Like, hey, Zario did the nasty with somebody.
Yeah. Well, I explained it as in his backstory as his father like worked for her or was working with her during her fall, and so like his bloodline was cursed. It wasn't. He's not a direct like descendant of
He
Zariel.
was tainted by Zario, and then your father
Yes.
did the nasty, and then so on and so forth.
Yes, that's how we
Okay.
explained it. But yes, he was a tiefling of Zariel.
So then would you have been like, hey, mommy, what's up?
I don't know how I would have played that out, to be honest.
It would have... I mean, it's like any other tiefling. Like, you're just the bloodline, a part of, like, the relation to her. You're not even, like... You're not actually related to her, so it would have been
Right.
just, like, an interesting... It would have been more like an aha thing than, like, a whole crazy,
You should ignore him, just still call her mommy anyway.
she'd probably
Fair.
kill you.
Just saying.
But yeah, that's how I ended up with the smites, is Zariel tieflings get the smites, which is why I still had him as a warlock.
Nice.
She can do... You guys ready for the amount of damage she does with one attack?
Sure.
So, her two... either way, it's the same pretty much. She has the Warhammer, called Matalatok. That's Kostachi's Warhammer. She does 2d10, or 2d8, depending on how many hands she wields it with, usually one. Damage. She can do 8d8, she does an additional 8d8 fire damage, and an additional 3d6 fire damage, to every creature within 30 feet. That's not a save, that just happens.
Wait, so she swings it, and then everything else around her gets, like, just...
So, she hits
Fireball.
you. Let's say she hits... You guys are on the map still, right?
Yeah.
I don't think... yeah, you guys are there. If she were to hit Taxi, for example, she would do 2d8 plus 8 plus 8d8, and then all of you would take 3d6 cold damage.
Oh, 3. Okay. That's a
And
lot.
then-
Holy shit.
Yep, and that's every attack. She can do that She does that once per turn. Her flail does 2d8 plus 8 and 8d8 fire damage. She can teleport every turn. She can do. There's a save that you guys can almost not make. A creature within 10 feet of her takes 8d8 necrotic damage, and you are blinded and deafened while poisoned in that way. She heals every turn. She has magic resistance. She has crazy spells. I shouldn't say crazy. She just has like access to some cool, good spells. One of the things she can cast at will is Fireball. Have fun.
I have a
And
necklace of fireballs.
she's immune to fire. She's immune to fire. Oh no, she's resistant to fire and radiant damage.
Okay.
She's immune to cold, necrotic, and poison.
Fuck.
And then she can do like her legendary action. She can just pretty much do 4d10 fire damage to whoever she wants, and then she can teleport. And then
I think
she
she
has
one rounds us.
she would beat the shit out of you guys. It would be really hard for you guys to beat her in a 1v1 setup. Like, you guys would probably do really good, but because of her resistances, her specifically is like, she would fuck on you guys. Like, the paladin paladin crits wouldn't save you guys.
Yeah.
She has insane saves to all of her mental stats, so like, yeah, you can do strength stuff, but it really doesn't bother her. If she does manage to fail a saving throw, she has legendary resistance. You know, oh no, would have guessed that. So yeah, she just does a lot. She attacks
What's
3
her
times a
CR?
turn. 26.
Yeah, it makes sense.
She is
What I'm
her
hearing is she's not resistant to lightning damage.
no.
Okay.
But you don't do enough lightning damage for her to make that much of a difference.
I
huh?
know it.
Her angel form is a CR 21 and does an extra 68 radiant damage every time it hits you. And if you have less than 100 hit points, you have to make a Constitution saving throw or die.
Fuck.
Die.
Oops.
She can make her sword float. She can heal a dickload. She knows if you're lying. She has a ton of spells and some really good ones. And magic resistance. She's not nearly as strong. She can only make 2 attacks, or 1 longbow attack. But she can make her sword float, so she can literally just hit you with her floating sword and attack you with the longbow.
Well, so what I'm hearing is that hammer did a lot of heavy lifting.
She has a completely different stat block as Angel Zariel. Like, there's a lot of different things. She's a lot more like, I don't know how to explain it. She's a lot more like built to kill evil things as the Angel Zariel. Like, yeah, she can literally do a slaying longbow. She can kill you if you're under 100 hit points, but the DC is not that high. But as devil form, she just gets a lot more. Like, in her normal form, or angel form, she gets immunity to necrotic and poison, and then resistance to radiant, and then non-magical attacks, obviously. And then her spells are really good. Like, scary good. And then her... Actually, her legendary actions are better in angel form, I'm gonna be honest. She can blind you permanently.
What?
Unless you use a spell to remove it. That's why it's permanent. Or she can make you make a dex save or take a dickload of damage. Everybody in an area make a dex save or take a dickload of damage. So yeah. Angel Zarya is still scary. I think she just built a little bit differently, and you can tell. She doesn't have as much raw damage. I honestly think her CR should be higher in 21 because she has a sling thing, which is literally like if you're under a certain amount. It's pretty much power word kill, but with a save.
Not a swing.
Yeah, she can... Technically, she can't just use it. Her sword doesn't have it, her bow has it, but she, as a bonus action, can make the sword attack. So she just makes the sword float and then has the sword fight next to her, or, like, away from her, while she just snipes you with the bow. And she can teleport as legendary action, so it's hard to catch her. And she has enough bonuses that I don't think it matters if she has disadvantage, so she isn't afraid to be in your face.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Glad we convinced her.
It would have been rough. I think you guys would have died, I'm gonna be honest.
I
Yeah.
think so as well.
I have.
Yeah,
We
a
just
lot.
got to leave hell.
What's up, Aziz?
So we didn't really explore it, but there were hints about, like the dragon, like being the champion. Can you tell us about that?
So, Tiamat is in Avernus. Surprise, spoilers. Nobody knew that. Tiamat's in Avernus. She's hiding. She's actually not imprisoned in this one, which is weird. Though at least the way it was written, which is way scarier. She's, I guess that's not true. She's kind of like trapped, but hiding. So Archon is hiding her and has the eye and hand of Vecna. Or the hand of Vecna. I don't remember which one he has. I have to look it up. I think he just has the hand of Vecna. He has the hand of Vecna. He's hiding out pretty much in a cave or in his tower. And if you guys try to confront him, he sends like legions of Abishai at you. Like, it is literally almost written in the thing that you cannot kill him because of how fucking strong he is, which is why I had to retcon the Hand of Vecna thing, because I thought I misread it. I thought it was just a lot of creatures and it would have been a hard fight. The way it was written, you're supposed to send, like, he literally just summoned, like, Tiamat, actually, he doesn't. What happens is if you fight him, you're supposed to fight, like, a bunch of his creatures at his tower. His tower has, like, a bunch of dragons, like, just one of each color dragon, and I think they're youngs. I think. I don't remember. I think one's like an adult, and then you fight like a turtle guy, like an evil druid turtle, and then you fight like some other creatures. It's hard, but winnable. Once you defeat that and you go there, he knows, and then you have to fight him and all of his Abishai, and he has like literal thousands of them that come out. And Tiamat sends out like just hundreds of Abishai to go fight you and kill you guys. So if you make an enemy of him and try to run away, they just hunt you down the whole campaign. Yeah, it's a super dangerous thing, and I misread that part when I got it set up, so...
So what were we supposed to do in that situation? We went that route?
If you went to him, he pretty much talks to you. You talk to the turtle. The turtle isn't super aggressive. They're just kind of like, get the fuck out of here, we don't want to talk to you. But you can make offerings to them, or like, hey, we want to talk to this guy. And then he'll be like, oh my god, fine. And then he'll bring you to Archon, or he'll call Archon, and then when Archon talks to you, he's like, I'll help you do these things for these things. So pretty much he can help you, he'll give you a drop of, is it a drop? What is it? He has to do something for you to, like, there's like so if you guys went the other route with the demons rather than the devils, there's, I think it's that, I forget which way it is, I'm gonna be honest. But there's the other route you guys didn't take. If you guys go that route, you have to release a giant, it's just a giant, it's a giant, I forget what kind of giant he is. He's just a literal giant. You have to release him. He's like trapped there. I forget like what's up with him. It's like a whole thing where he's trapped.
A different giant from Constantine's?
No, different guy in general. Here, let me look it up. Chapter 3. Is it demons? Nope. You guys did go the path of demons. So as if you guys went the path of devils. His name is Uldrak. He is a fallen titan. He's an Empyrean. So he's an Empyrean that says, he pretty much is like, hey, if you free me, I can give you information to go to the next place, so you can kind of go blah, 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 blah. And then you have to go to Archon's tower and then get his help, and he'll be like, oh, I'll give you the blood or whatever you need to do this, but you have to do these things for me. And then you have to go to the Demon Zapper, which has a trapped unicorn in it. You have to sacrifice the unicorn to him, or you can sacrifice a good aligned creature. That also works.
Echo.
Yeah, that's actually a thing, by the way. Like, you can just sacrifice one of your party members. It's hilarious. And then, once you get him freed, or what is it? You have to go to, like, there's more in there. There's, like, you have to go to this place called, like, the Bone Brambles, and there's, like, a creature hiding within, like, hanging out, and it's, like, this big, it's, like, an undead, nature place. I don't know how else to explain it. It's kind of cool. I almost was hoping you guys go there, because some cool stuff in there. And you just kind of go through, you help some creatures, you do some thing with, like, a hag, and they give you some items, and then... Oh, you have to get his blood to free someone from a pact with Zariel. That's what you need the Titan's blood for, the Empyrean guy. So you have to go do something with, like, Tiamat or something. You have to get something from Archon. It's like a vial or something. You smash it on the ground next to the dude, and then he's released, and he, like, cuts his stomach open and bleeds, like, a gallon of blood for you. And then you bring it to them, and then they drink it, and then it's released from their pact, and then you can get the information, and then you kind of go forward, and you go talk to other people, and then you get sent eventually towards the Bleeding Citadel through that path.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Oh, when we were in the tomb with the Hell Riders, when I ripped up the contract, what did that do?
It released their souls.
Yay!
Also, Aziz, to further answer your question, the other dragons that you guys were talking about, the other ones that you had interactions with, you guys would have had to follow some other hints that were dropped. They weren't very It was a written encounter thing. There's some things that I feel like they missed in there, but pretty much that golden heart that you guys got, it starts beating. But the problem is it's in the bag of holding, and if it's in the bag of holding, it doesn't beat, or you guys can't hear it. But if it's outside of the bag of holding, it like if you're holding it, it will beat and almost act as like a beacon or a signal, and it'll bring you guys to an area, and then you pretty much have to sacrifice somebody or have revivify because you get up to somebody and it does like, let me see if I can pull up the doc. It does a dickload of damage once you get within like a certain range with the heart, and then it like does something, and then you get sent to go fight like the champion of Tiamat, and then you get like rewards and shit. And you have to go fight like a blue Abishai and a red Abishai and shit like that. You have to, and they're strong. And the red Abishai is written that he like flies around the temple and or the monument of Tiamat, which is where Archon is. But like when you get there for that, none of his guys are there, so it's really weird. And you end up fighting him. And he just pretty much flies on the outside of the tower, sending fireballs and fucking with you guys.
Oh, so not like the champion, but a champion.
Yeah, that one's a champion. The champion is Archon.
Okay, that's where it got confusing. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, that's cool.
Let me see what it is. Adriesta, you guys figured out. So you fight a red Abishai named Sutvala. And then you get to become her champion. And then all of you gain the ability to cast Dragon's Breath at 5th level at the range of self once a day.
Yeah, fuck Taxi.
And then you can also call upon her to shatter the chains of Elthorel.
Oh.
Or you can ask her to perform a similar task if you meditate prayer to her for 10 minutes. And you can only call upon that power once. Yes, to Tiamat. You get that one call upon her power. It's 40 d12 radiant damage.
I wish to become a dragon warlock. Or would that be a celestial warlock? Because she's kind of a god.
Oh, what happens is you bring it to a blue Abishai. The Abishai has you take a bunch of damage. It changes into an Ion Stone of Absorption. The blue Abishai steals it and then fights you guys with it. And then you get sent to go fight the red Abishai. And then you get all those things. It's crazy.
You rolled so many 12s and only one 1 with that. Damn.
I know, that's kind of
What's
insane.
the 40?
Honestly.
What's that for? Sorry,
That's
40. That's the 40 to 12 radiant that I was talking about that you take for the heart.
Oh, yeah, we can live with that.
I don't know about that.
Wait,
Built different.
Broken.
I forget how much health Eric is. He would still be alive. He'd be down.
I would just deflect that shit.
That's what you think. Nigen's dead. Get fuck nerd.
Huh? It sounds like at least all of us went down swinging.
Yeah, I tried to make it to where you guys weren't just like dead. The only thing that I couldn't really is like Aziz would have tried. Aziz fought El Hydra. So yeah.
Soloed El Hydra for a while.
Tried to, yes.
Wait,
You
what?
should have just like got in a straw and just started like.
I don't know if you got the hint, but your character was fighting El Hydra.
What is El Hydra?
The Demon
is-
Prince.
She not a demon prince. She is the primordial evil prince of elemental water.
Oh, okay.
Pretty,
No, I
pretty
did
much. Pretty much a god.
not.
Yeah,
Oh.
Aziz would have won.
You mean counterspell wouldn't work on the wave?
No, it would not. She is the wave.
Creator to destroy water.
No. She is literally water incarnate.
9th level create destroy water.
That's not how that works.
Fly.
Parry the wave.
Parry the wave.
Yeah, baby, let's go.
Yeah, you can't parry a fucking tsunami. I'm sorry.
Bet.
Bet. You send me a video of you doing it in real life, I'll let you do it in game.
Bet.
Yeah, she is way more than 100 gallons of water. So that would create a destroy water wouldn't work, unfortunately. even like if you take raw.
What if I cast Dimension Door 3 times in a row, putting me 1,500 feet above the surface, and then
You
fly?
fall and hit the water like a. She's bigger than that. She also has, I forget what her mechanic is. She has a mechanic that deals with that shit, so you can't fly over her in the water. Like, Ogremok also has something. I'm spoiling stuff. I'm sorry, but I do want to say stuff so you guys aren't like incredibly surprised. And you guys will get hints throughout the campaign anyway before you actually fight them. But Ogremok has like a grounding ability where you can't fly near him, as an example. And Hydra, they all have ways to deal with things that they're weak to because they're empowered versions of themselves. So, your 13th level sorcerer, unfortunately, is not able to fight Hydra. I'm sorry. Not the version that I've buffed up, at least. The original version? Maybe. She's pretty weak. Any other questions from DIA? Or curiosities about characters, people in the campaign? Because we're not revisiting Descent into Avernus. We'll revisit Avernus, but not Descent.
I had my questions answered.
I think I'm good. Echo's dead, and Torbis was here for what, three games?
Yeah, I think that was your record of fastest way
2.5.
to create your character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you beat Snow's record, which was 4. I guess both of our previous characters.
Yeah. I'm happy.
Trying to see what else there was.
I am trying to waste time, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I do want to get to Kings, but I don't want to get us trapped in something that's gonna be here for a while. So, I'm just trying to get questions answered, and then, yes, if everyone wants to, we can start Kings today.
No, I don't think I have any questions left.
You said that there was
Hold on. Important question.
Oh god.
Did the boat survive, at least?
It would have been stolen by somebody because of what happened.
It lives.
You said there was a few fights that you wanted to run. Do you still want to run those with these characters, or do you want to do that for a different time?
That's up to you guys. I will be honest, right now, I could do either one. Part of me wants to run some of the fights, but part of me can save them for later. So I'm gonna be honest with you, there's characters like that you guys are gonna be introduced to at different times. Like Baphomet, Bell, Kostashi, Zariel, there's other guys in here that I'll probably use their stat blocks and just like rework it, like just rename them different flavor, but same idea. You guys fought Inogu, like, there's those things that you guys will fight eventually. I will have ways for you to fight those things, so I will get to play with them eventually. But if you guys really want to run them, we can also do them. I am cool with that. I will also tell you guys, one thing that you guys also didn't like look into too hard is the barber lady at Mahadi's. She is a servant of Bahamut, and she's an ancient copper dragon.
Oh.
I just looked. It is an adult. Those 5 dragons, by the way, I was talking about, one of them is an adult white dragon at the Tiamat's monument. The tower or whatever. Sorry, okay. I just read that, so I just wanted to say it out loud.
So was there any way to, like, figure it out without getting your memory wiped?
It's really hard because she doesn't want people to know that she's there. She's trying to, like, subterfuge. But she's really more there to point you in the right direction. But if you guys get there at, like, higher levels, and you use, like, certain spells and stuff, you can see it, yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay.
True Sight would work on her. And you would see that she is literally just like a dragon in disguise. Or like a shape-change dragon, not a dragon in disguise. But, like, she uses a spell on herself, so you can't, like, pierce her thoughts, ever. Like, I mean, you can, you just don't get anything. Yeah, I think I'm looking at all the stat blocks. I will get to run them eventually. Most of them. Dragons, trust me, I will always run dragons. They will always be in a campaign. Angels and devils will come back.
I mean, no, that's all the questions I have. I think that's pretty much it.
So the question becomes, God damn, I cannot stop yawning today. Do you guys want to begin on Kings? Or do you guys want to be done early today? Or do you guys want to run a combat against a boss creature? Why'd you take that much poison damage?
Just for fun.
Oh, okay, fair.
Because in this game, that's how much poison damage I do. They're immune.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Sorry, Aziz. Oh, here's
Not
the
a
evil
single
turtle
one.
guy. They're D100, so that's fair.
I got 2 100s.
Yeah, no ones.
Yeah, but so the odds are like insanely low either way. Like, yes,
100%.
the odds that you got 200s are crazy, but also the odds of getting ones are low as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Not that bad.
Oh my god, yeah, this turtle is fucking crazy. He'd kind of kick your guys' ass, I'm gonna be honest. He just ignores resistance to necrotic damage, which is insane. It's kind of cool. I like this little lawful evil turtle.
And save.
So, what do you guys want to do? My back. Oh, the yawning, dude. I don't know why I'm yawning so much today. I have not talked that much. That's not true. I talked a lot.
This is. I mean, are you ready?
Yes. I've been mostly ready for the first act for a while. Ish.
Well, would we be going later tonight if we ran it?
I'd probably run it for like an hour, hour and a half. Like, max. I'm not planning on going late, honestly. Unless you guys really, really want to. That's up to you, though, I guess, though. Because I'm not Eastern time, and for those who are Eastern time, I know it's later, so, like, it's 9 o'clock for me. I don't usually go to bed until 12 or 1 anyways, even on dates where my sleeping schedule isn't entirely fucked up. So, and, by the way, it is fucked up.
I got 2 hours. I'm good.
I got work early tomorrow, and I'm not fully prepared.
You're not fully prepared. What are you missing?
I'm not fully prepared. I haven't actually done like the level up yet. I just rolled for the HP.
You have
I mean,
plenty
but that
of
wouldn't
time
be that
while
hard.
I'm talking, as a heads up. Like, I'm going to be talking for 30 to 45 minutes early. So I'm not worried about a level up.
You guys decide, I need to do something for like 10 minutes. So
The other thing that all your character stuff isn't going to apply yet, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff, Andrew. You have time to like catch that up that we talked about already. So you don't have to worry about
just open with a bunch of roleplay.
It's roleplay and exposition of me dumping how a bunch of shit works. I could just treat this as like 0.5. Be like, hey, here's a bunch of the rules, and then get into the opening narrative, I guess. So that's up to you guys. I don't really care how we do it. I'm open to combat. I'm open to running Kings early. I'm open to calling it early for a night. It's up to the party. Again,
I'm ready to roll.
I'm not gonna run it like super late, like 10:30, 11 my time, which is 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours.
I'm happy to do some. I'm happy to get it started, or I'm happy to call it a night. I think those are my options. I'm gonna go check on my wife, so I'm gonna join Lewis and take a 10, and whatever we decide, I'll be happy to do when I come back.
So I guess I'll use Jimmy as a tiebreaker. Lewis is kind of like in the middle too. Aziz, do you have a vote one way or the other? He's a horse guy, not a snake guy now.
I think I'm kind of on the same page as Jimmy. I'd rather do either
Call it early or play.
yeah, or start Kings, but either's fine.
Oh, taxi. You're either gonna set it up where we play, or you're gonna cause the tie break. Or you're gonna cause the tie, sorry. Because, like, Ty wants to play. He's good to play. It's you, it's up to you. Like, if you want to play, we can play. If not, then we'll probably take a few minutes and then talk when everyone gets back about what we want to do. Because it'll be a tie pretty much all across the board. Because, like, Lewis, Joe, and Jimmy are kind of all on the same page of, like, they could go either way. Again, I'm not running it past like 11 my time, so 10 your time. That's the latest I'm going tonight. I do want to go do stuff. Not really stuff. I just want to get up and take medicine and get ready for bed. But
I mean, I have nothing particularly against it, I guess.
is that like a way of saying you're on the fence too? You don't really want to decide? Like, we're a group here, man. Talk about your feelings. If you feel like you don't really want to play or something, like, just tell us. If it's a level up that's stopping you, don't feel bad about it. You can literally roll that, and you don't have, you choose like 1 or 2 new spells, I think, and then you add HP to yourself. You don't get like a whole crazy list of shit. You're a bard, so like I think you get basic shit right now.
I'm going to go ahead and change my vote to end early.
Okay. That means you're the tiebreaker, Taxi.
Sorry. It's been a long week, and I'm suddenly just like getting hit with a wave of exhaustion.
I mean, good honestly,
last week was
next week's not that big of a deal. If multiple people, you know, he's got to go to work early, Joe's tired, just call it.
Alright. Then I guess we will call it early here, and then next week we will begin Kings of the Apocalypse.
I'm so excited to start it. I'm just so tired.
That's
like,
fair.
Out of nowhere, too. Like, I was fine 10,
I'm sure if we started
ago.
playing, everyone would get their fucking second wind, too.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
So, that's why I was like, if you guys want to play, we could play, but, yeah. If Taxi wants to get up early, Joe wants to get
I'm
up early.
on either way. So, like, Joe's no, we got 3 I don't knows. Just, I mean, I didn't think about that. But it's up, you know, I'm not the one that's needing to go.
Do you believe, I guess let's ask this, because, I mean, if it's, like, Joe can't survive, then obviously we don't start. If you started playing, would you get a second win, do you think, Joe? Or do you think it's just worth, like, being like, nah, there's no way, you're tired, you're done? Because that way, if it's like, there's no way, then I'll just be the tiebreaker, and I'll call it. I'll make the choice, but...
I mean, I wouldn't pass out at the keyboard.
Okay.
I would, I'd be engaged enough because, like, it's exciting. It's a new campaign. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about my character. I'm just physically tired. And I'm feeling a little mentally sluggish. But I would get through it, and I'd be fine with it.
Okay. Taxi, so you are the thing. If you can't decide, I will call it for us. But do you have a preference, Andrew? I don't know, I keep calling you Taxi. You're not Taxi anymore.
I know.
Taxi's dead.
My thing.
He was just able to talk again. You didn't even get another piece of dialogue as Taxi, by the way.
I said like 2 sentences. Yeah.
And then he died.
Let's call it.
Okay.
I'll be perfect next week.
Cool. Sounds good. We'll be calling it early tonight, boys. We will kick off next week with Kings of the Apocalypse. Make sure your characters are loaded in, ready to go. I have the thing pinned, so you guys can open up the pin to join the Roll20. If you guys have questions, please ask me. Let's get things taken care of. The world is there to explore and play with. I'm going to introduce you guys. The first little bit will be me just doubling up on the rules that we've already kind of talked about, like, hey, this is how I'm changing things for Kings. And then that shouldn't take too long because you guys kind of go with the flow with it most part anyway. But I'm just going to restate everything, and then, or it's the most important things, and then we will open up with how I open it up, because it was nothing crazy, but kind of want to keep it up to speculation for now. So,
Cool.
GG's, boys. I appreciate you guys being here for our final Hell session. I probably could have made it went way quicker, and we probably could have played Kings, but I was trying to make it an actual session.
It's fair.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Have a good night, boys. See you next week for the new ones.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This will be fun. Now
How fast will they die?
Trying to play with accents, because I still haven't found Jack's accent.
I haven't
fair.
found Vash's voice either yet.
There's gonna be like 7 iterations for each of you, except for Nash. He's figured his out.
There is, yeah. Jack might have like 2-3 accents before I figure it out.
That's fair.
So,
I'm
Have a night,
debating
guys.
not
Yeah,
even doing
I
one.
need to practice.
Just
But yeah,
using
just
my
speaking
voice.
normal. Just be Nigel.
I don't want to.
Nigel is the same character, every character. Have a good night, guys.
All right.
So yeah,
Same. Good night, guys.